Welcome, everybody, to session 63 of Pokerole. It's been a little while since the last session, and I'm sorry that there's been so many holes in between the normal session times, but hey, events keep happening, people go on vacation, or this happens, or that happens. It's like, it's just, you know, let's be honest here, getting a group together for, like, D&D and stuff, it's a freaking miracle that one can, you know, align schedules regularly. It's not easy. So, it happens sometimes. It was bound to happen for our game repeatedly, but that's okay. We should be at least be able to go back on a 2-week per schedule, every 2 week schedule after this. Hopefully, I mean, I know Kyrio has an event next week, but that doesn't matter too much. How's everybody doing in our group, anyways? After that, I mean,
I should be pretty clear after that.
Okay.
I have no plans that I know of. The only change is that until my manager's back off, I'm going to have to be at work stupidly early on Friday, but that doesn't matter for this.
Oof. I think Eragon is pretty much doing normal schedule stuff. I'll answer for him since he doesn't like talking. It's not his thing.
Blah, blah, blah.
You're just grumpy because you got transformed.
He's at Wallpix now. Alone. Did you change your Steam
Giving us
picture?
the cold shoulder.
Wait, did he change his Steam picture? That's important to ask. Wait, he's not even in the game. Get in the game. I just noticed that. Get over here.
I'm connecting. Leave me alone.
He's still a real doing Steam.
Oh, disappointing. Why did Eragon stop being a Riolu? Because his friends bullied him into transforming. They got him.
It is temporary.
They got him some art. This is not the first time they've turned him into random things, if I recall.
The old "you would look cute as X" thing.
Yes.
I promise I'll stop teasing you now, Eragon.
Meh.
I mean, I could go back to torturing you, but that's going to be awful hard considering the current state of things.
Yeah, that's not stopped you before.
I don't have any torture planned. It would have to be improvised, and that's not half as good.
Cough, cough. The pit. Cough, cough.
Okay, that... Fluke. Anyway, moving on. Last time, y'all left Savantown after leaving Lizard and Hot Dog behind. Because you all decided you were going to do the going up north thing, which neither of them wanted to do as fire types, because way too cold. Zeal, however, didn't really care. He's like, sure, adventure!
He will care.
No, he won't. Y'all are gonna suffer him. It's still great that his model is named Anklebiter. But in the middle of... I forget which night, if it was the first night camping or if it was the second. Some of the huntresses of the Zeal Pride, who are ranging awfully far out, nearly pounced all of you. Like you were food. So, that happened, and thankfully there was an aversion of combat. Or at least extended combat.
Tiger's probably gonna bite somebody, though. He was a little spooked.
But they joined up with you all, thankfully. They've also tolerated Zeal. Not that they don't have practice.
So to say, it's kind of their job, probably, so they should probably tolerate him.
They are tolerating him for now. but they are currently guiding you all toward their pride's location. Though it's still going to take a while because there's a distance, which is kind of what makes their presence so far out from the Zeal Pride Rock so strange. I don't know that they elaborated on the why.
I don't believe there was any whys or any questions given yet.
Yeah. But hooray, now you have friends. In case something happens while you're traveling. And as I recall, you all are headed very much north, which puts you in the direction of several of the quote-unquote side quests that are on your side quest card. Because Team Gallant lives in the Gallantry, which is north of the Zeal Pride. And supposedly, there's also a forest that is without sound or something to that description. Up in that direction as well, where the seamstress lives.
That actually means 4 things technically on the list.
Oh, yes, the music made from a soundless grove. I believe that was Riley's quest.
Yes, to get a guitar.
Yes, he wanted you to get wood from there.
Oh, that's where that came from. Wait, how did you find out about that again? How did Riley find out about that?
He spoke with
Florence.
Florence.
Oh, that's right.
Riley wanted a guitar and kind of asked if Florence had one. And I believe Florence's response was basically, it would be better if you had your own personal one.
Yeah.
And basically went, I know how to make one, but bring me this.
Riley wants to multi-spec into Bard. This is okay.
I don't know. Monk Bard sounds like a pretty good combo.
I could see that working.
Monk Bard hits people with their ukulele.
I feel like monks like to meditate, and music can help you meditate, so I feel like that could synergize.
Oh.
Do you consider Riley the meditative type?
I feel like he would if he could.
You can't even sleep. So
Again,
don't
what if he
meditate.
could?
Yeah, I have to agree with that sentiment. If he could.
Maybe in the future.
There is in fact a glimpse in the server that kind of illustrates it.
Yes.
So, hey Riley, based on that glimpse, do you actually go back to the party by morning?
Honestly, I don't think there'll be any concept of time, really, if they sat there for long enough.
Or are you going to just pass out where you're sitting?
I'm not gonna pass out where he's sitting, to be honest, assuming he passes out at all.
Great. Welcome to exhaustion, my friend, once
Thank
again.
you. I think that's some sort of weird physical health debuff is basically the default for Riley at this point.
Wait, didn't you get at least a little sleep during that night, or did you get none at all?
A little sleep being the operative term.
Okay. I thought there was a little bit, but
A little
fair
bit.
enough.
Enough that everybody else would be asleep when that whole shebang happens.
Alright, so... do we want to roll to see who wakes up first, or do you want me to just say you all wake up?
Rolling's always fun.
Let's do a roll. Also, Eragon, I need to tell you something. Chris wants you to
I
know
can
that he
see
really
that
likes... Okay, he wanted... Alright.
Apparently this is the most popular icon I've ever had.
He
because
loves it.
When I changed it, my DMs just got invaded by loads of people. I had somebody comment on my fucking Steam profile.
Apparently, vault pixes are very popular.
I avoided making any commentary even though I wanted to when I saw it.
You must see it later. Oh, actually, speaking of see things that are art. Is there any new fan art I should be showing off? Let me check.
I do not know.
Oh dear, is the one that you wanted me to make a rocks of, is that one old or new? I think like that's older art,
It's been posted before.
Okay, just tell me.
No, it is fairly recent.
Okay.
The what have I done face.
Yeah, what have I done picture?
I'll probably be releasing more special Pokerole rocks starting next Pokerole session, because I'll be a little bit better aligned at that time to do those extra things. So, look out for that next Pokerole session.
You might even have the Goople draw ready for that.
This charade guy just messes me. I think I should block him.
Y'all need to behave. Anyway, so it looks like Brooke is first to wake, followed shortly by Zeal. Brooke, you wake up. It is the crack of dawn. You think. It's still really cloudy. You're grateful for this, I assume, considering you're a water type. But the group's canteens are kind of already full, and sleeping under rain is not pleasant.
We haven't quite made it back to the Pride Rock, right?
No, you have not. You guys are like a day and a half, 2 days out.
Okay.
Assuming nothing bad happens.
You keep saying that.
I have to.
DM rules.
You don't see Riley in the poke pile that is around you.
Honestly, I think Brooke should have to roll to not immediately start panicking.
I mean, I don't see why Brooke should panic. Riley has done this enough times already.
Yeah, this is expected behavior.
The only thing that would cause Brooke to panic is if they can't find you.
This is probably at this point sigh and forehead rub worthy, if anything.
I mean, well, Brooke wakes up first. How strange. He rubs his head and looks around to see if he can spot where Riley went off to.
I'm probably just gonna type what I'm doing instead of voicing it.
That's fair. Also,
Okay.
what's funny is I commented that before even noticing what you wrote, so I just kind of assumed correctly, I guess.
Just remember, whenever you want to use voice, that's fine.
Yeah, it's up to you. Also here.
As Brooke looks around, you're going to see, not terribly far off, there is... I can't look at that, I'm going to gush. There is the relatively blue-colored mound of the Riolu just slumped on their side on just a rock, and it doesn't look like a terribly comfortable sitting position. Or, well, sleeping position, sorry.
It's a miracle he fell asleep at all.
No, you fell asleep. You just didn't realize it.
As I said, a miracle.
Something. Lizard's gonna have to learn sleep powder, isn't he?
Can he?
If I say so.
No, that's true. You are God.
So wait, he fell asleep on a rock then, basically?
Yeah.
Yes, and is slumped over in an awkward, like, laying on his side position. It does not look comfortable.
How far away was he?
Not terribly far.
Hmm.
Just far enough away to be away.
Ah, I see.
But
He was probably doing
it's also the wild prairie. Riolu colors kind of stand out, even though it's not exactly bright sunshiny day.
Sure. Plus, I assume the prairie isn't super hilly. At least not super duper hilly. So it's not too hard to get a line of sight.
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly plains. You guys aren't in the section of this continent that has hills
Yet.
Yeah.
yet. But in any case, I'll assume that while Kyrio is still typing...
He finished.
Ah! Wonderful timing. Brooke will head over and sit next to him, being careful not to wake him. We will try to gently lean him against his side instead of the rock, though. Aww.
Well, that's adorable. I wasn't prepared for this.
I was not prepared for this. Aww.
Riley's gonna be very confused when he wakes up.
Stares at the Vulpix. Aww. Okay, I got it out of my system.
Oh my god. What is with you people?
It is a very cute pics.
Ah!
Okay, we're gonna get distracted by that if we don't keep moving, though. So, Zeal wakes up, yawns, heads over to the lionesses, and does that cat thing where he just baps their faces multiple times to wake them up.
He's gonna get mauled.
They shake their heads and groan. This is something they are used to. Ah, wake up. I'm hungry. Also, we should be moving, right? And suddenly he has energy. Like a demon child. Because they always have energy. You're not sure how. The lionesses grumble and growl and go off to try and hunt a bit. Even though they're supposed to be your guides, so hopefully you don't lose them. But after which, Riley and Ralph, you wake up because Zeal is loud.
Ugh.
Riley, you wake up and you're leaning on Brooke. Ralph, you wake up and you are disappointed because you were dreaming of Mawile.
Sad. Riley will push himself up, look, give it Brooke a confused look, and just be like, "Good morning. How long have you been there?"
The best part is I can imagine Riley's confused face.
And that is the goal, yes. I don't have a reaction image set of Riolas, I'm sorry.
Morning. Brooke grins. He holds up a hand in defense. Not long. I just thought that rock didn't seem very comfy.
Riley will rub his eyes a bit. I didn't come and sit here with the intent on sleeping on it. I'm not sure how long I've even been out. He probably looks very tired still.
I mean, you effectively got only 4 hours of sleep.
Oh god, yeah, he's gonna be groggy all day.
I was gonna say roll to see how many hours you actually rested.
I mean, I can vibe with that.
I mean, you can roll if you want, but it's -2.
-2.
Minus
A
two.
minimum of 1.
I'll get him -1 hours of sleep.
Oh, that's not bad
Hey,
actually.
look at that.
Okay,
3
so
hours.
3.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. Worse than what I said. But
Yes. It's not bad.
He has low standards, so it's not bad.
Yes, that's accurate.
If I recall correctly, Tucker left the egg back at the club.
Yes, under the care of
Lizard.
Yeah.
Because Lizard trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lizard is inadvertently HQ mom? Question mark?
Pretty much.
I didn't think so. But that is what happened, Brooke says. Having trouble sleeping?
That is probably a bit of an understatement, Brooke.
Tucker, you will awaken to the face of Zeal staring at you.
Tucker still... So first off, Tucker probably slept in late a little bit here because of the spook he got during the last rest. He is still kind of uptight in this area, and it's not hard to guess why given his experiences in this area. Thus, Zeal staring at him in the face when he wakes up is maybe not the smartest option. And he reacts with a quick reactionary bap of his paw against Prince Zeal's face, effectively giving him something similar to what he gave the lionesses a little bit ago, except for a little harsher.
Zeal reels a bit. Hey, you know how to do this game too. Bap 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 bap. Not even that hard. Just light baps on Tucker's head. You are now awake.
Tucker, his waking confusion a little bit gone now, simply makes it a little groan and gets up.
Ha! I am the best at this game. I win. And then just walks just a little bit away, looking proud of himself.
Yawning, Tucker does nothing more than a bit of a roll of his eyes, looking around and seeing what the rest of his group is up to.
Well, it's going to be a pretty long day, Brooke says. You can let Tucker carry you for a bit if you need the rest. Or I can provide a wake-up shower. He grins again.
Assuming you're being completely serious there, Brooke, I should probably be at least aware, considering where we are and who is here. So if you want to spray me in the face with water, I suppose go ahead.
Oh no!
Then Tubby's dead.
1 second, actually. I just realized.
I was wondering.
Oh, okay.
Tubby had been very quiet.
Yeah, I was kind of
Is he
wondering
okay?
that too. I was like, I thought he would have something to say about the dream. So, also, I'm gonna do a thing real fast. Let's see. Does this still work? Okay, good.
Though I will note,
Oh, that's
Brooke
weird.
immediately spurts a splash of water on Riley's face.
Should
Riley,
do
it's
should do like a vitality roll to see how well that works.
Huh.
it's cold. But yes, you may do one. Yeah.
We're aiming for successes or failures in this case. Hopefully failures.
I mean, it's cold. You haven't been sleeping well recently. All it really does is make you mildly more awake. Unfortunately, you've kind of reached the point where the tired is becoming a physical exhaustion. Which isn't very good for a fighting type, honestly.
I imagine not.
For the record, I was joking. but I'm always prepared to follow through on what I say, Burke says, patting the wet Riolu. Everyone awake? We should get moving, he says as he gets up. Burke being a leader.
Good.
Well, I mean, Tubby's dead, so he's not awake.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean... Technically, Ralph is
Am I?
awake.
There you
Oh
are.
my god, why can't you guys hear me?
Hello.
Hi, now we can.
Okay.
You left the game, but I noticed you stayed in the call.
Yeah.
Sup? Net issues?
No, just the battery ran dry because I had it in another room. I was keeping it within range of my new wireless awesome headphone.
Oh, laptop go dead.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I don't keep it on full battery when it's plugged in. I keep it on what's best for a long overall battery life.
I get you. All right, well, welcome back. I think you probably didn't hear ever since Carr described what happened during sleeping. You probably weren't there for that part.
I tried to like interject with the bapping game. I wanted Ralph to play the bapping game too, but
Ralph did not get.
right?
I'm sorry.
Ralph was like, "Oh, I'm gonna play too."
I mean, we don't even have to do that retroactively. Ralph can decide to play the bapping game after Zeal has decided he's won.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. Sneak attack.
Betrayal by my own treasurer! Flops on the side.
I gotta keep you on your toes.
And then Zeal gets up and baps Ralph back.
You never know when leaders of your betrayal are going to attack. You always gotta be ready. Like right now, Bap.
Zeal running around in circles.
Tubby is really quiet. Yeah, Tubby, unfortunately, you became even more muddled after whatever happened. At least for me.
That sucks. You know, I heard the two alignments is talking to each other. They're planning to sneak attack back you if you don't back first.
Tubby, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh my god. Yeah, just continue. I need an invite to the table. I'm not seeing it in the server browser.
Alright, that's weird. I'm not seeing you online.
Oh. That's probably it.
There you go. That's probably the problem. Tell me, let me put it this way. However you started our little private call before the game, and your mic was really good then, but it made a little squeaky sound every time you tapped, try to return to those settings. I'll take a squeak over lack of clarity.
I would very much rather hear you than not, even if there's like extra noises or blippy bloops. I am fine with those.
Or, check your Discord to make sure it's actually selecting the right sound devices, because it likes to change things, if you didn't know. I started figuring that out lately myself. It likes to just randomly change it.
somehow I've managed to get mine to not change my devices.
You'll still do it after every Windows update for me. I don't know why.
Okay. No, Myth, I don't think Tubby has lowered his mic volume. I highly doubt that is it. That would be unlikely. In any case, you all get up. Brooke wants to move out, so Brooke, are you going to continue moving in the direction of Zeal's Pride, or do you want to start moving in another direction?
I think having shelter would be our first priority, and that's the best place to find one, I think.
Seal
Okay.
has too much pride already. He needs to tone it down a notch.
Also, we
That's
could
funny.
possibly ask around.
About the troublesome ice type?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Tubby, did you say something?
Something.
Ah! Well, he's way louder now, that's for sure.
Wonderful, I can hear you.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
all
do.
I care about.
Turn him the fuck down.
No,
All
I'm
I care about is that I
200%
can
still
hear
fine.
everyone. Or at the very least, read whatever everyone is doing. So, are you going to leave while the lionesses are out hunting?
I mean, they probably have to do hunting despite us going or not.
That's true.
I mean, if they got a job to do, we should probably let them do that, and just throwing that out there.
Also, they can probably find you if they need to.
Probably. I mean, 3 of us are blue. And Brooke's pretty tall.
This is fair. Brooke is among the larger creatures in the wild prairie. In fact, there's a fennekin that just sort of walks across your camp, sees Brooke, lets out a startled yip, and starts running away.
We should go recruit them. It's another fire type. Add them to the collection.
Oh,
Not a
gosh.
chance.
Just go pounce it. I'm sure they won't panic at all. Alright, so we going?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I think we're heading towards Pride Rock.
But breakfast!
You raised a good point.
You're gonna have breakfast when we get there.
To be fair, I believe I left y'all with rations enough for, like, at least a week.
Have breakfast when we get there.
In 2 days.
I think it was mentioned. Yeah, that was 2 days away. So
We can eat when we get there, not a moment before.
Oh gosh.
Up with that.
we can spend some provisions for breakfast.
Indeed.
Okay, some rations are spared for breakfast foods. Zeal is displeased with this, but is munching on his breakfast hardtack.
If he doesn't want it, we could just save it for later. Hey, Zeal.
Zeal tries to say something, but their mouth is full, so only crumbs come out.
It sounds like you agree. You should probably just give that over.
For once, the little Litleo looks kind of angry and, like, runs to hide behind Tucker and keeps trying to say stuff while they chew, and it's not working out.
Oh, they did that trick to me one time.
Tucker, who is somewhat dispassionately munching on his own hardtack or whatever it is. Food's food. Just kind of shrugs when this happens. They continues to munch.
Shenanigan idea brewing.
Oh dear.
Do not.
Does Tubby say that out loud like that? Does Ralph say that out loud? I mean,
No, he doesn't.
I'm concerned, but I'm okay with this.
I encourage shenanigans.
Alright, so who wants to roll Doom Dice to see what happens today?
Is it before or after shenanigans?
Hey, Zeal.
Wah.
Ralph tries to get Zeal's attention discreetly. Hey, Zeal. You thirsty?
Zeal nods vigorously, still munching on their hardtack.
Yeah, here you go. I give him one of the jars of cactus juice.
Oh no.
Can I do a perception roll? See if you can notice him trying to drug the child.
So, I will give you insight, survival, alert, and instinct on this. You can feel something is wrong.
There's something wrong in the air.
this is happening behind me. Should I also roll?
Oh, yes. Critically,
Never mind.
something is wrong.
If you wish to roll, Tucker may roll.
We're double team it.
What was the third stat?
Insight, survival, alert. Tucker doesn't get instinct on this.
All right.
It hasn't spent the entire game going after Ralph.
He really just kind of has to turn around, but I don't know if he cares enough. Kinda.
You're still kind of miffed from the morning napping, I would think.
Okay.
You can tell they're whispering behind you, but you just don't care right now. It's too early. It's too gloomy.
While he respects the lions, this area doesn't really give him in the best mood.
So, Riley, you turn around and you see Ralph whispering, and then you see Ralph pull out a jar of the cactus juice.
I'm gonna quick attack over there. I'm gonna take.
Now,
that-
hang on. You vaguely remember what the cactus juice is about.
Vaguely.
Because, remember, you were still recovering when cactus juice was a thing.
Oh no!
He makes a good point. He makes a good point there. I was going to actually say that too.
You have this
make a small child drunk.
You have this eerie feeling that juice is not water. You don't know why, but you are suspicious of this.
Okay, so here's my thinking here. This is Ralph, and it's a mystery liquid. I'm gonna assume that's alcohol that he's got there. I'm gonna take that away from him, because I didn't trust him with it last time. I ain't trusting him with alcohol this time either.
So you want a quick attack over there, do you?
And swipe that jar.
Sure, roll the quick attack.
Much like the last thing of alcohol, I'm going to fucking swipe.
Hey, Ralph.
Okay.
Give me your insight survival alert to see if you notice Riley.
Alright, let's see here.
It's been a while since I've rolled this one.
Clearly. It's a bit about
Wow!
practice.
I succeeded! Barely!
Do I notice? No!
Boy, howdy! The dice have spoken.
Do not hate your shitty roll, as somebody else may have a shittier one.
Yay!
Riley, you stumble over there as fast as you can make it.
I'm very tired.
You are very tired, but that doesn't stop you because Ralph is too focused on trying to get Zeal to drink this for shits and giggles.
Taking this jar away.
Given the general slowness of everything, Tucker will casually turn around and just kind of keep munching his hardtack as he watches.
Give me that.
I'm imagining Tucker munching on like one of those square tack biscuits with this tired, half-lidded eye gaze as they turn around and watch as Riley zips over, grabs the jar, and moves back to the position, clinging to the thing while glaring at Ralph.
This earns a very minor head tilt from Tucker, but nothing much more.
Ralph, you go to present Zeal with this, and the jar is no longer in your hand.
Oh.
Zeal looks confused. They smack their lips a lot because they finally finished with it. And they try to say something, but now their mouth is dry.
Actually, this is better than what I had in mind.
They're doing kind of the dog thing where they're smacking their lips and licking and trying to make their mouth less dry, and it's not really working. So, Brooke was kind enough to roll today's Doom.
Doom.
Oh. I guess
Is it
so.
Ralph? It's Ralph today's Doom.
Brooke has just been sort of moving along with Tucker and watching this whole thing go down. There's never a dull moment, eh, Tuck?
Tucker nods sort of evenly and expresses, well, it's better than the other night, at least. Maybe things are looking up from here.
You say as thunder rumbles overhead.
How about instead of looking up, we keep an eye on Ralph, who is attempting to give alcohol to the child?
I mean, I don't have any more left, so...
Yeah, not anymore!
So Tucker and Brooke know that the cactus juice does stuff, but it's not necessarily alcohol. Riley isn't technically wrong, but it's also not alcohol.
Tucker didn't seem terribly concerned. Whether that's because Prince Hill woke him up in a inconvenient manner, and he's thus not caring for that reason, or simply because he trusts that whatever the heck Zeal's physiology is, he seems to be hardy enough to deal with it. Regardless, he doesn't seem to care too much if he imbibes on that or not. Well, if I recall correctly, the cactus juice was basically hallucinogenic.
This is correct.
If anything, that might calm Prince Hill down.
This is not a conversation I want to have with Zeal.
I'm not sure if that stuff is alcohol, but it does seem to do weird stuff to you. Maybe a little juice would slow him down a bit? Brooke shrugs. But still, we probably shouldn't experiment on the prince in his own kingdom.
Alternatively, we could just not experiment on him at all. And also, who keeps giving Ralph this stuff?
Ralph.
I take it. You know,
Zeal has-
sometimes to be successful in life, you just gotta put yourself out there and really go for the things you really want.
Zeal tries to, move closer to Riley. I bump, pop, yeah.
Could you try that again, but this time use words?
Zeal is disappointed in themselves. They just breathe ember at this point. Not at Riley necessarily. It's just like little puffs of fire because they think that's going to make it better, and it doesn't.
Doesn't that make it worse?
Tucker pipes up at this moment, giving a little, an impish little look towards Brooke. I think he needs a drink.
Yeah, just hose him down. That'll solve this problem.
Reminder: you guys have canteens that got filled by the rain. Speaking of,
That's less convenient.
That's
Need
less
some-
funny.
need some water, Zeal? Lucas holding up a canteen. Zeal's eyes sparkle and they begin to move up to Brooke with their mouth wide open.
God damn it, Kyrio.
Now it's not really necessary at this point. Tucker looks mildly disappointed.
Look, Zeal is not Deadeye. Of course it wasn't going to happen. Brooke will let Zeal think Okay, I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
Came on voice to do that.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm not, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Plausible deniability if you say sorry.
Brooke lets Zeal drink. He's still part of the team. So Brooke is merciful. Zeal drinks and smacks his lips and sighs. Ah. Okay, I want to try the juice now.
No.
But I am Prince Zeal. I demand you let me try the strange juicy juice stuff.
And I outrank you in this team, and I say no.
But Zeal tries to come up with a reason. But you have the badge on, and his badge is not the same rank as yours.
Ask me again when you're Ralph's age.
Ralph, how old are you? Oh dear, is everything okay, Tuppy?
Man, he doesn't know, so we'll never know.
Blank stare.
Hey, internet dial-up sounds.
Age?
Oh,
Can't believe he's dead.
I hope everything's okay.
Cactus juice got him.
That's only a potential ship, says Kyrio. And they've had 2 conversations. They're like both slightly hostile. Were they?
I'm pretty
I
sure
call them more
that's how.
tense.
I think that's how Deadeye flirts, to be honest.
Look,
I'm looking.
I get the distinct feeling that Brooke likes Dangerous.
They can't get much more dangerous than a superpowered electric lizard trained by the Conqueror.
I do hope Tubby is okay.
He's dead.
Doing a little research on that. He seems alive enough.
I wonder if he's been dragged away for one reason or another.
Age unknown.
In which case, give me like a minute because I want to get a bottle of water and use the bathroom. So, water and bathroom break, everybody.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, I did forget to get a water bottle today, so I should probably do that. Also, for those unaware, the weird thing about Tubby today is he's not, from what I can tell, disconnected from the internet. He is still, for instance, in the call. But, yeah, I'll be right back, too.
I don't hear anything.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Oh, we couldn't hear you, so we took a
I'll
break.
say stop. Oh, sorry.
You're just getting water and stuff. It's fine.
Okay, I'm going to quickly start the weather game.
Hey, he's back.
Did you get struck by lightning?
I think he just left to do something now.
I'm back.
God damn it. I'm gonna go ahead and assume you were struck by lightning.
What happened?
Perfect timing.
He left again.
Yeah, he got struck by lightning, yeah.
And Tubby got back, and then he left when he realized we were taking a break.
I'm gonna sit this boy down, and I'm gonna go over his freaking computer with him, sort out his sound devices with him, sort out his Discord with him, and we'll never have sound issues with Tubby again. And also, I don't know why he keeps us here, but like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Because honestly, at this point, having done streaming for 4.5 years, I have basically seen every single audio problem there is under the sun, so I probably can help him figure out why his mic keeps going weird. Yeah. Experience by trial and error. Tubby, whatever you did to the mic, it's a lot better than it was earlier. So it actually sounded really good? Okay, good. Was the volume good?
I could understand him, so...
Yeah, works out then. The problem isn't that he has a bad mic. It's that something is wrong with his audio drivers. I could tell that much. Like, he has a good mic, honestly, but it just doesn't want to work with calls a lot of times. So
It's fine.
It's just something on a programming level that needs to be sorted out. I'll help with that, like maybe tomorrow if possible.
Whatever it is, it'll get fixed eventually. I'm not worried.
Yeah. I did get water.
Okay, well, I was doing the things I was distracted. What was I saying?
You were saying...
Oh, right, Zeal asked how old Ralph is.
Yeah, and then we were waiting for Ralph to answer, then Ralph dial-up noised on us.
I think dial tone.
Oh, no.
I guess that's kind of the same thing, actually, isn't it?
Dial-up noise is the sequence of noises that happens when you connect to the internet.
That's when you have dial-up, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. AOL, the first dubstep artist.
Oh, gosh.
I actually really like dubstep though, so no harshing.
Did you, what happened earlier, Tubby? Did you step away, or...?
Yeah, I stepped away. I tried to be quicker, but...
Just, do me a favor. It's okay if you have to step away, but let us know, okay?
Right, sorry.
Alright.
Yeah, on like the Wednesday evenings, my aunt is also gone, so I try to like do enough chores that like she's, not disappointed when she comes home.
Sure. Just if you don't want to interrupt too much on whatever's going on, just drop a BRB, just vocally say that, or just type it in the or type it in the box in the game. That's an easy way too.
Yeah, that's a better way because in the channel.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I said, no worries. It's been a while since we played.
Everyone here?
Yeah, super glad to be back.
I am too. It's... Gotta be honest, it's therapeutic to run.
I'm glad to hear
And
that.
no, not because I can torture you.
It's probably just fun to DM.
You are a really nice DM, though.
Oh,
Like,
I could
I've
be
had
so much
some-
worse.
I've had some much like harsher DMs, and I actually kind of thrive in a really harsh game. But that's a tangent.
It is.
That's okay. So, I'm not sure if Eragon's gotten back or not, but I will...
What?
He never went anywhere.
Oh, okay.
He's just eating an apple.
Nom nom. Picks with apple. Anyway,
Cute.
so
Actually, a fluff fruit?
Ah.
they're apples. I refuse to call them that. Those fruit aren't even fluffy. They are peaches.
Yeah. I agree.
They're just made out of Nerf.
If they are, that'd be funny. That would make them like stress balls. Anyway, so Zeal walks up to Ralph and goes, "Ralph, how old are you?"
Yes.
He is yes old.
Very helpful.
I'm much older than you.
But, just every but, just place looking at each of you.
I mean, you really shouldn't think so much about that at your age. There'll be plenty of time when you're older. For now, just focus on being a kid.
Ralph!
For now, just focus on what? I was mildly distracted rolling a die.
Being a kid, I believe he said.
Oh. But... I'm not a kid. I am Prince Zeal, and I am awesome. Hakamo says so.
How old are you?
Old enough.
A number would be preferred.
I don't know, I don't keep track.
Then you're a kid.
He opens his mouth to do, like, the roaring kitten thing. And you'll notice the sound of thunder has started to become real constant.
He opens his mouth to roar in a fucking thunderclap.
Well, he inhales, and then there's this massive flash of lightning followed by boom. And Zeal is, after the flash clears from your vision, Zeal is sort of standing there in place with the wide saucer eyes, and then he goes, "See, I am an adult."
Okay, Thor. We should probably get moving before we get struck by lightning.
Tucker reacts poorly to the thunder. A bit of a
Oh,
jitter.
Jesus.
Don't worry, he's not going to hide under a rock. It's just...
I say hide under Brooke, but Brooke is pretty weak to lightning.
That's the worst thing to hide under.
The worst thing to hide under.
Yeah, we got to go.
So,
Me?
I assume Brooke has something to say about that. But when you all get the chance, go ahead and make a insight, survival, nature.
Oh no.
Good idea. Let's get moving, Brooke says, frowning at the sky. I've been hit with thunder before, and I didn't like it.
Cross your fingers that if a lightning bolt does come at you, Brooke, I can bash it away with Bone Club.
What was the roll again?
Insight, survival, nature.
Okay.
4 dice.
It's rather interesting. It hasn't started to rain yet.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god. Wow.
Nature's my is Tucker's good stat, so...
So, and one of the other things is, now the scenery is kind of pretty in a different way. Have any of you seen images of what floodplains look like?
Oh no, it's gonna be a flash flood, isn't it?
No. At least I don't think so. Anyway. But no, just this vast expanse of clouded sky and the plains of the prairie. And in the distance you can see that clear blue that marks it as day, but it's just this sort of horizon line that divides the sky and the land.
Is the cover moving? You know, the cloud cover moving?
Not that you can perceive. But Tucker, you remember vaguely from your past life, the constant rumbling noise reminds you of a herd of large Pokemon running together.
The sound of the thunder, or just the...
The sound of the constant rumbling of thunder. Not the boom from earlier, but the rumbling that has been consistent for a little while now.
It's like that fucking electric zebra. Is it all of them just charging around?
How
see those the first time?
how clear is this reminder to Tucker's mind?
Clear enough that it makes you think of Tauros,
Okay.
but you haven't seen any in this part of the world yet.
Tucker takes a moment to swivel his ears about and determine if that rumbling is indeed from a particular direction.
Oh, hello, Roomba.
Hey, Roomba. How you doing today, Roomba? It's nice of you to show up again.
It's not Pokerole without Roomba.
I actually like Roomba. Roombas are fun.
Something. I want to give Roomba a Pokerole hat.
There needs to be a Pokemon that's based on a Roomba. That would be a good still type.
Rotom.
Rotom's not based on a Roomba, though.
It's already
Roomba
based on
version.
any appliance, so you know.
Well, I guess.
Yeah.
But we need more appliance Pokemon. That's what I mean.
I don't know about that, but
Yeah, why not? It's cute.
I mean, I would prefer something cuter than Rotom. Rotom has imp energy. But yes, Tucker is able to discern off to... Well, you don't know what the compass direction is, so off to the right of the group, you turn your head and you see more flashes of lightning striking down. And it occurs to you they're getting closer in rapid succession. And the rumble is getting louder.
Alright. With the information Tucker has, he's going to perk up and say, guys, I don't think that's a normal thunderstorm. And I think something's coming from that direction. And he'll point towards the direction he seems to be able to piece together this is all happening at. Though it's becoming fairly obvious with the flashes of lightning at this point.
What are you talking about, Tucker? A storm is a storm is a storm, and it rains sometimes. I don't know why it's not raining. And in the middle of Zeal saying this, out of the brush leaps a Blitzel.
I knew it was those fucking electric zebras.
That soars over most of your heads. It only comes up to like midway for Brooke, but it's thankfully not impacting on Brooke. And it leaps away as it continues onward. I'm going to make the executive decision that the like Blitzel and Zebstrika of this area are closer to like Gazelle and Antelope.
Fair enough.
I mean, yes, they're supposed to be zebras and they're also on the prairie, but you know, actually doing the leaping thing seems pretty neat.
Yeah, I mean, horses are good at leaping, regardless of what kind of equine they are.
Yeah.
Either way, we should probably, not stand here.
Yeah, there's a brief arc of, like, static electricity left in its wake, and, it occurs to you, this one was probably really far ahead of the rest of the herd.
Yeah, we should move.
Yeah, let's sidestep.
Okay, can I scoop up? I will scoop up the prince and the Tucker and fucking quick attack book it out of here.
Stampede! Get out of their path! Brooke shouts. Move it! And I assume all of you are running.
I'm
Yeah,
taking the
definitely.
two aforementioned and booking it. Taking the fat one and the kid.
Technically, they're both kids, but the fat kid and the not fat kid.
And the spoiled kid, yeah.
The husky kid and the gremlin.
God.
Tucker makes a minor yip, but does not really protest, knowing that this is something that he does sometimes, Riley.
Admittedly, Brooke or Ralph probably need to help one of these two, but you know what?
Be sure to run perpendicularly to the path of the stampede rather than running directly away. You know, like every movie protagonist ever.
Yeah, I run to the side.
Side makes sense.
Riley's not stupid enough to go to the Prometheus
So,
school running away from
Even
things.
if you hadn't said that, I assume that your characters run on, common sense logic than show logic.
I
Yes,
have
you
two
say so.
smart points now, it's fine.
Like, unless you directly say so, I'm gonna assume you do the smart thing for something like that.
Yeah.
So, oh. Having trouble there, Ralph? Oh no, exercise. Which direction are we going, technically, perpendicularly speaking? Or do we scatter?
I would hope you don't scatter because Brooke is directing you. Unfortunately, this direction takes you not directly away from Zeal's Pride, but it takes you sort of parallel to it, location-wise. Because you can see, rather vaguely in the distance, the Pride Rock, because that thing is still a ways away. But considering the flashes are also coming from that direction, you don't want to head directly for it at the moment.
Sorry, Brooke. I think in this situation, Brooke will be following Riley, the fast one.
I mean, well, that's not necessarily inaccurate considering Riley is quick attacking his way ahead.
He's also carrying 2 others. So.
It's not
like
like
I have
Tucker's like half his speed.
It's not like Tucker has a choice in the matter which direction he's going.
Yeah. I don't know how fast Zeal is, but I'm going to assume he's not very fast. And, well, Ralph is,
Zeal is just demanding that you go faster. He wants the speed.
No, Riley running a quick attack is running at, like, 60 kilometers an hour.
So yeah, you're gonna need to make me a couple of vitality rolls for that. So Brooke and Ralph, unfortunately, I require from you Dex survival and
Athletics, surely.
tough survival rolls.
Well, at least we're out on the plains, not in a deep canyon where there's only like one lone tree in the middle for some reason that you can hang off of to maybe survive.
Dex survival just to, each of you is doing both. Dex survival to try and keep up with Riley, who is zooming ahead, and tough survival to make sure that you don't get super winded quick.
Alright, let's see. Oh, I'm doing alright.
Wow, that's pretty impressive from the both of y'all.
Alright, y'all are keeping up pretty good, even though you don't run terribly fast.
Adrenaline.
Have you also done... Oh, there you go.
Is my tough one.
Not very tough.
Oh.
Oh, gosh.
No stamina.
Oh, not good. So here's a question. Do you want to use your lucky hat?
Oh, if you're asking me that, it must be bad.
Do you want to use your lucky hat? Or do you want it to be wheezing and needing help in short order?
Yeah, I feel like it'd be more interesting storytelling-wise if I'm just completely fucking out of breath.
Okay.
Or
I wanted to ask.
heckin' out of breath.
Just don't forget, you have the hat.
Yeah.
The hat. Oh. So, Brooke, you're running along as fast as you can go. You find yourself mildly thanking your past self for going ahead with the evolution thing, because the longer limbs are certainly helping. Ralph, meanwhile, is zipping along, and then he starts to lag behind. And is gasping for breath.
Short legs, so heavy, ate too much at the festival. Wasn't that like recently
That was like a
in?
week ago.
That wasn't recently in.
He just
in
ate
game
that.
time.
He just ate that much, though, Eragon.
Well,
I thought that was recently in like in-game time.
in game that much? Yeah, that's only about 3 or 4 days ago.
Maybe just like put on so we can wait since first becoming one left. Move fast.
Brooke will huff and circle around to try and push him forward. If you get stomped on, Ralph, I'm putting you on a diet!
Oh my god, no!
Hey, Ralph. Go ahead and make a new tough survival roll.
Oh my god.
Hey, Brooke, do you want to intimidate or use one of your leader moves?
Like, that turned things around.
That was
Diets!
I
No!
don't need to.
I guess not. That was an effective threat.
Oh my god.
Just the very thought of being forced to go on a diet because of this puts a deep fear in Ralph's bones.
Fear of God himself.
Ralph starts zipping along. Manages to start pulling ahead of Brooke somehow. In spite of the stubby legs.
Ralph, when he might get stomped on by a herd of zebra. Yeah, oh my gosh. Hold on. It's all true, Darcy. Ralph, when he might have to go on a diet.
Oh gosh. I'm just imagining Ralph being like, it's fine. I'll bounce back. Like a squeaky toy. And then just imagining getting stomped, but there's squeaky toy noise.
I'm guessing Riley didn't have any problems because he's just strong enough where everything automatically works out.
Riley's strong and fast.
Yeah, this is my game here.
Like, of all the things, Riley may not be the most observant, but he is strong and fast.
I mean, he can carry like 600 pounds and run at like 60 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, he is zooming, and he's using quick attack to zoom, so he's kind of well, he would kick up a dust cloud if it weren't damp. So Riley could carry the entire team if he wanted. Yes, he could.
I literally could carry the entire team. If I had more time, I could have stacked all of you.
You're effectively Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic speed, Knuckles strength.
I
Stack us all up like that one PMD game you were playing. Where that was like one of the mechanics.
Oh gosh.
That's the stack mechanic.
Yep.
Making me think of World of Final Fantasy.
Oh, that also has stack mechanic, yeah.
So, Ralph and Brooke are just behind enough that they start seeing Zebstrika and Blitzel rushing at the start of the stampede. And thankfully for y'all, it's kind of in a chevron shape at the moment. Or at least that's the spearhead of it. So, how to describe? There is an uncomfortably close moment when Brooke, you're not sure which it is, and I'm not sure if you would care, but one of them must use quick attack or something because there's an uncomfortable crackle of electricity that grazes your back. And if you look back when that happens, you notice there are some singe marks on your vest.
Stop them, make them pay for a tailor.
Ralph, meanwhile, you nearly lose your hat as one leaps over your head while you're running ahead.
I have a question, Car.
Yes.
Have I gotten the two four-legged smucks far enough away that I could possibly go back and grab the other two slow people and carry them away?
Do you want to take that risk? Do you think you are far enough away?
I could tell them to keep running, which I will when I drop them.
You can do that if you want.
Okay, I will drop the two children, tell them to keep running, and then go back for the other two.
Okay. So, Tucker, you and Zeo are kind of clear of the stampede at the moment. You're unsure how wide the stampede is, if you are still safe. But, I mean, Riley
Tucker
did ask you to keep running.
Tucker keeps his eye on the stampede direction and is still making a retreat, though he's slowed down a little bit to keep an eye on what's going on with the rest of his group as well. He looks like he might want to leap in and help if something goes wrong, but at the same time wants to keep backing off.
I mean,
You get doing Riley ass and get to the safe distance for
He is effectively doing what Riley asked, but he's keeping an eye on things too.
Yeah, that part. That's
So, interesting thing, Tucker. As you're watching, Zeal, by the way, has continued to run.
fine. Oh, for God's sakes.
Go ahead. That's fine.
Oh, weird deja vu.
A portion of the herd looks like it's breaking off and heading your direction.
Oh, great.
Oh boy.
So, Brooke and Ralph, Riley is zipping back to you guys. Riley, can you give me another vitality roll? You have been using quick attack a lot.
Exercise! Exercise!
You're tired as shit, but it's exercise.
Okay,
It's adrenaline. It's all adrenaline.
Tucker wants to do a thingy when he has a chance. Just gonna say that. Go ahead and do your thing.
Okay. Yep. It'll be just a minute. So, Riley is going to be up at Ralph first.
Okay. I'm gonna zoom past Ralph to get to Brooke first, because Brooke is further back and more in danger.
Okay, that's fair.
And also, why would I be dragging Ralph with me into the fray? I could just pick him up on the way back.
Something, making use of those smart points.
Yeah. As much as it is tempting just to barrel over him, it's not conducive to productivity.
But this is fair. Riley's being a team player.
Okay, I will throw Brooke, like, over shoulder. This is like a big bastard, isn't he?
I'm imagining Riley skidding just behind Brooke, grabbing Brooke by the sides and lifting him up.
Yeah, basically. But then I have to wrap one arm around him so I have a hand free for Ralph.
At this point, I need to start giving you points for, like, extreme speed or something.
It's zooming.
Zoom.
I would appreciate
Honest.
that. I do use quick attack a lot to go fast.
Wanna see me run the Pride Rock and back? Wanna see me do it again?
God, I mean, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
So
You're not that fast.
I'm gonna grab Ralph as well, but by like another scruffy furry thing on his back and lift him
Okay.
up.
So-
Smoke it.
What I need from you, Riley, since you're doing this on the fly...
I gotta fucking drop him.
Oh, please don't. So, I need a dex roll and a strength roll for Brooke, and then I need a dex survival athletic.
It's getting worse and worse. It's a countdown.
The dice number is increasing, but the score is decreasing. Still succeeded, that's all that matters. What was
Yes,
the next roll?
you got at least one success on that. So yeah, Brooke's weight is a little wonky for you, especially considering the bulk as opposed to, you know, Tucker being more compact comparatively.
Lose some weight.
Less loose and weight and more they're bigger than you.
Lose some height.
Hopefully I'm also not moving past something that Kyrio is trying to type. I'm trying to avoid that.
We can always pause if needed. Just feel free to ask as usual.
Yes.
We need like
Also,
a flag.
I'd
Kyrio
also-
can put down.
I'd also like to note that it's
typing.
easier to pick up like Tucker and stuff. Quadrupeds have an easy handheld aspect to them. You just wrap under their belly, you're good. With one arm. There you go. It's like
I don't know
luggage.
if... I hate to say it, but Tucker's a bit wide for Riley to do that.
Oh, that's true. Actually, how does Riley grab Tucker anyways?
I mean, he probably just sort of squishes Tucker's side as he grabs him.
Like a medicine ball.
Probably a bit uncomfortable for Tucker, but I mean, he's kind of safe.
Oh well, squish. It's fine. Fluffy.
There is nowhere safer than in Riley's very powerful arms.
Wait, so was that one the Dex Survival Athletic?
No, the one was just a strength roll to lift Brooke.
Okay.
I didn't do the dex survival athletic
Okay,
yet.
so the
'cause I
Dex
forgot what
Survival
it was.
Athletic is to grab Ralph.
6. If I just knock him over,
0.
that'd be very unfortunate. Don't.
Okay,
It's
that's
fine.
Okay.
We're good.
it was a countdown.
So I need strength from you, and then I need you to roll for quick attack again.
Oh god. RNGesus, be with me today. It still works. It's still good.
These are
All
a
right,
lot of rolls.
so you don't quite lift Ralph over your shoulder either, but you've got Ralph.
These two are fucking heavy, to be fair. Ralph is like 200 pounds.
Yeah,
Ralph is dense.
I'm almost 300.
Okay, that's still like 350 pounds. that I'm just hoisting up and then running full speed with. And it's fine, I'm good.
Yeah. Ralph, have you ever, what is it like? Feeling of weightlessness in like a roller coaster or something? Because your feet
Yeah.
are kind of just barely hovering over the ground thanks to Riley, and you get that sort of feeling.
Yeah, thank you so much. Also, whee!
And Brooke, because of the way you're being held, you can see that part of the herd is splitting off and moving towards you guys. Kind of. Okay, now back to Tucker. What did Tucker want to do? And that way we can give Brooke some time to respond.
Well, that you kind of partially answered the question. I'll ask the rest of the question. Can Tucker discern if the herd is splitting off incidentally or if it's splitting off in a direct targeting sort of way?
What was the first one? Sorry, I had something in my ear.
Can Tucker discern if part of the stampede is splitting off in an incidental way where it basically leaves a gap between where the original stampede was and where the new split is? Or can he discern that it's actually being aimed, directed at us?
It is directed. And it looks like a particularly large Zebstrika with 2 horns is coming after you.
To you specific.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They are pointed at you, and they're the spear tip of this.
And Zeal is also getting targeted, I assume?
I mean, Zeal is still running,
Oh god.
but also kind of like in your general direction.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, there's not a lot that Tucker can do in this situation for everyone, so he's going to make the actions that he can do, which would be this. You said that Zeal is still within within Tucker's general sphere of area, so okay. Obviously Tucker was lagging a little bit behind Zeal, but what he's going to do now is he's going to shout out to everyone. Just shout out real fast. I think they're splitting, watch out! And then he is going to immediately, if he can, he wants to run down Zeal. He wants to get to Zeal before the stampede does.
So, as Tucker is shouting that, Brooke is shouting, not to be a spoil sport, but the herd is splitting. We might need a better plan.
Well, Brooke,
I
you two brainiacs think of the better plan, and I'll concentrate on not getting run down.
Tucker wants, basically Tucker's goal is to reach Zeal before the stampede reaches him and Zeal. That is his current goal.
That won't be particularly hard.
I don't know. If Zeal is still just vrooming and not paying attention, then it might be harder to catch him.
Apparently he's not fast.
Good.
Yeah, Zeal is not overtly super accurate with his moves. His dex is not as high as it could be.
Okay. So do I need? I don't need. Then Tucker does not need to roll to do this.
We'll do opposed dex rolls to see if Zeal stays ahead.
Okay. Just rolling basic dex.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Cross your fingers then. Oh.
Yeah, Zeal is doing some weird wibbly wobbly shit. He's not doing a straight line at all. He's doing the zoomy cat thing, but also not great at it.
So while his speed is better, he's not being very efficient.
It's less you can't keep up with him, and more you can't figure out how to catch him.
All right. Tucker will, in seeing this, basically, as commandingly as he can, express, "Zill, stop!"
What? Why? I thought we were being chased. And of course, Zeal skids to a stop. Anyway.
Okay, and Tucker will, as quickly as he can, basically, from Zill's perspective, this will look very weird. He's going to absolutely freaking body Zeal, pounce on top of him. And Tucker will be using Dark Pulse, much like he did in the zombie deerling pit, where he made a shield. If he can roll it, anyways. What do you want? What do you want me to roll Axe Tree for that?
Yeah, roll Dark Pulse for me, please.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Hey, Tubby, welcome back. Brooke. Get to Tucker. Help him put up a barrier, if you can, Brooke tells Riley. Well, Riley, when you look in Tucker's direction, he's bodied Zeal to the ground, and it looks like he's already erecting a barrier.
Tucker
perfect.
Tucker makes sure this barrier is actually pretty small. That's part of the reason he wanted to basically smush on top of Zeal, so that he can make the barrier rather small around the two of them. This is likely, one can easily surmise, that the bigger he makes a barrier, the weaker it is. Something he may have noticed with the deerlings. So basically, he's condensing it down.
Alrighty. I think this is a good time to use Stockpile for the first time.
Oh dear?
Yeah, I'll
Oh, yeah,
I'll also throw myself in front of, hey, so we got, Riley's making a barrier in front of Brooke, and Tucker making a barrier around Zeal.
Yeah, it could be presumed that Tucker is hoping that Riley will do his own barrier shenanigans with the rest of them.
Yeah.
So,
That's all you guys.
There's a lot of faith in Riley's barrier.
Riley, you're zippy. You're gonna get up there, but the split off from the herd is kind of hot on your heels.
Okay.
Are you gonna set down your fearsome leader and scientist?
Well, I'm gonna kind of drop them. It's not a set down. Turn around, or drop them and turn around. And I'm gonna try and make a wedge barrier. He deflected the herd.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm making a wedge shape with my hands as I did that, just so you know.
I would like you to do... Give me Insight, Survival, Instinct, and then Special Channel and Logic.
Oh, Oh, that's not... Well, that was good. The next roll, on the other hand, is not a strong one for me.
Close enough. So, is Brooke inside this barrier?
I would assume both of them should be in the barrier, otherwise... Well, bye-bye.
Okay. Ralph, you want to stockpile. Can you roll stockpile for me, please?
Ralph would probably be in the barrier, too, but if he wants to step out of the barrier, I guess that's his prerogative.
That's part of the reason. I assume the operation of events is Riley is starting this with Brooke behind the barrier, and Ralph is moving ahead and using stockpile.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and
build
use
up a
stockpile.
Throw out my arms and, like, inhale, or however stockpile works.
You store power
Yeah.
in your mouth, no less.
It's like I'm building up a hyper beam and then swallowing it instead. Alright, special fight channel. Ooh. I have a lot of special. Actually, now I have a reason to level special. Sweet.
So Riley, as you're putting up the barrier, you can bring it up quick, but it doesn't exactly have the perfect wedge shape you were looking for.
Not so good about geometric shapes, apparently.
No, it's more like this rough sort of, yeah, it would be kind of wedge-shaped, but it's not quite the refined way you want it. Think of it more like a wall of fire, but it's aura.
Oh, that's okay. That's cool as hell.
Blazing off in two directions. If anyone's played Final Fantasy XIV as a paladin, this is kind of Passage of Arms, but not nearly as pretty.
Still, this is dope as fuck.
It's worth interjecting that while the wedge is a smart idea, deflection. Tucker's barrier is basically just a dome, so it has its own deflection properties like that. I guess a wedge is better though.
I imagine yours is just like this small black button upon the expanse of the prairie.
Precisely. Very dense too, because of how small I made it.
Ralph,
Yep.
you swell up with energy.
Mm-hmm.
Something clicks in your head. Go ahead and use stockpile again.
Uh-huh. Hey, here we go. Come on, big numbers. Yeah, a little high.
Cool. The buff stacks. Use it again.
It's so good.
As you keep collecting energy, you hear static.
Oh.
I feel like I taste it and I'm enjoying it, and then I bring in more, and I get the feeling of fullness, and then my mind goes blank.
You're drawing in energy during a thunderstorm. So as you continue to draw it in, suddenly a bolt of lightning drops from the sky into your mouth. Ralph is now a glowing sphere. No, he is not going to explode.
Yummy. It's very
Ralph.
sour.
What? Sour?
Sour?
I mean, I don't know how lightning tastes. It might taste sour.
Tastes very ozone.
Warheads.
You will always see lightning on sour candy wrappers, right?
Did he just eat a lightning bolt? Burgas still trying to catch his breath?
Why is Brooke out of breath? I did all the work.
I mean, panic? So, Ralph. Oh, and now that I can hear you, I can turn music back on.
Yay.
I probably should have had some sort of tense music going for this, but whatever, I didn't think of it.
It's not a big deal.
It
Still
is.
good either way.
It's fine.
Alright, so.
Behind the static, you hear exponential branching growth. endless possibility, infinite and beyond. We are the root point, the origin. Allocate thyself.
I mean,
and
Ralph's
suddenly,
mouth is full. He can't really respond.
your mic is giving you a good vocal effect. For
I
this.
know, right? I was thinking that myself.
I'm super pleased. And suddenly, Ralph, the energy leaks through your pores and becomes this multifaceted barrier around your body.
Mm-hmm.
It's a terrifying sight. There is a thunderous neigh as this herd leader rears back and clashes its horns against Ralph's barrier before finally sliding past. There's a sound like metal on metal as its horn scrapes not only against Ralph's barrier as it passes, but also Riley's aura. Its eyes are fixated on the dome within, but it follows the rest of its herd as it passes. And there's a tense moment as you are engulfed by this stream of equine Pokemon. And then they disperse. The only thundering left, that of their hooves now beyond you, and the distant rumbling roar of thunder high above. It begins to rain again.
How'd Tucker's barrier do in the meanwhile?
Tucker's barrier was behind Riley's wedge.
Oh.
And low enough to the ground to make it impossible for any of them to veer into it, thanks to how wide Riley's barrier ended up being.
Nice.
If you hadn't rolled as well, you might have actually needed to determine how strong your barrier was going to be had they trampled over it. But thankfully, that did not come to pass. And thankfully, for one reason or another, they aren't wheeling around for another pass.
The pack leader, which Pokemon was he eyeing as he passed?
Their eyes were on the dome. You would not
dome.
have known this because you couldn't see through the barrier.
Yeah, it was way too. Given how the barrier works, it's basically pitch blackness inside. So Tucker would have no idea.
Brooke would see.
Interesting. Tucker's dome would remain up for quite a little while after the stampede ends, but eventually he will slowly disperse it and just kind of breathe for a second, because it was pretty obvious he was holding a very strong, if small, barrier. He kind of just lays on Zeal for a little bit.
And then Zeal exhales because they were inhaling. Tucker, you're heavy. Also, oh wow, that was cold inside. Why is it wet now?
I think it's raining now. He kind of groggily remarks, kind of scooting off of the cat.
For once, he's not moving terribly much. He's a bit of a pancake cat right now.
Finally.
Brooke glares at the herd leader as it passes, then flops onto his back and lets the rain cover him. The rain feels nice upon your hide. It's soothing, but it also doesn't negate the fact that you all nearly got trampled.
Tucker doesn't seem to mind. Oh, go ahead.
And I was going to say, also, you're kind of off course.
Tucker doesn't seem to mind the rain too much, but kind of just gets up and does a stretch while expressing, "What was that about?" It wasn't just a stampede.
I'm gonna wait for Ralph to get back to describe his thing.
Yeah, I'm big.
Oh, okay. Ralph, the energy slowly leaves you and disperses as a cascading series of lightning bolts that scorch a cone in front of you. Almost as if you had spit up to go with stockpile.
Yeah.
Tucker doesn't say anything, but he wasn't aware of what was happening outside the dome, so he's kind of wide-eyed while that happens.
Sorry, my breath is pretty bad right now.
I don't know how long Riley wants to hold his barrier up for, or if he's just admiring how cool he is at the moment.
I think he would let it down once the herd was quite obviously not turning around and coming back.
Okay, I had to ask. Hey, Tucker, Brooke says. Let Riley ride on your back for a while. He's exhausted.
Tucker gives a look at the situation and quietly nods, patting over next to Riley and giving a look up to the Riolu.
I like that Brooks making that comment. Didn't even ask.
Hey, Riley.
Hello.
Give me a vitality tough roll.
Well, that should be easy. Tough as 5.
Hubris in 3, 2. Oh, no, that's actually okay.
Okay, give me a will roll.
Alright, I got pretty good at that too. 5 will.
Okay.
So, yeah, exercise kind of hurts, but also adrenaline. Thankfully, you also possess the ability Inner Focus, so, no, you're not passing out. In fact, you feel more fine than you have in a while.
Well, that's an understatement. That's not saying much.
Considering the display of aura power that you just let out, you're kind of... I don't know how Riley feels about himself at the moment, but it kind of feels like he should be feeling proud of himself.
That's true. That's the most confident he's ever been using aura.
But, you know, pride is something of a vanity thing. That might just be the conqueror.
God, he's projecting again.
Maybe. You don't know. He certainly hasn't said anything. Yet.
Is he like chortling in the background?
Notice I said yet.
Oh, for God's sakes, okay.
Again, you haven't heard him say anything yet.
Well, I just gonna look at his hands for a moment and just be like, did I do that? I'm not really paying attention to the fact Tucker's coming over.
Tucker has sort of stood sideways to offer his back, and he's just kind of casually looking between Brooke and Riley at this point.
Riley not paying attention.
And just sort of like waiting for what was asked to happen.
Riley, Brooke says, sitting up. Get on Tucker's back.
Huh? Wait, what for?
I guess I didn't hear the other thing that Brooke said to Tucker.
No, Riley was too busy marveling at himself.
He did something. He did it good.
He did it good. He did do it good. And Tucker prevented regicide, so, you know, he did it good too.
Regicide? God. All the Regigigas and Regirocks and all those Reggies are all fucked now.
If you have a king Regirock, would that be double Regicide if it died?
I guess.
Regicide's a ghost type Reggie.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
That's pretty good.
That's good and bad, as is typical of Hyper's jokes.
I mean,
Most Pokemon names are puns, so Regicide is pretty on the nose.
I would catch that Pokemon. I like ghost types. Mostly.
Mostly.
There are some I am not fond of. So, Riley, your leader is... Oh,
Yeah,
there we go.
I thought they were supposed to come. That's why I waited.
You were barely standing this morning, Brooke says. And in the last 2 minutes, you've sprinted several kilometers and then put a, frankly, impressive aura barrier to save us. You're probably riding high on adrenaline right now. But you're gonna crash hard, real soon. Here's a hint. Brooke isn't wrong.
No, he's Brooke.
What? Thanks, dad joke.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I can't be telling all the dad jokes.
Zeal just looking around at stuff in the rain. Oh man. Tucker, I missed all the cool stuff.
Tucker gives a side look back. Trust me, it would have been a lot worse to see it up close.
I guess Riley will obey Fearless Leader. To be fair, his arms are probably going to be pretty sore. I imagine it's not super pleasant running with a couple 100-pound strapped to your arms.
I mean...
And he's dead.
Oh no!
Speaking of crashing...
Well, I hope everything is okay. So how are you mounting up on Tucker?
Tucker's off to the side, so you can just kind of climb on it at your leisure.
Climb on. Plop, I guess?
Plop? You can plop if you want to.
And there's flop on him there.
Okay, so I wondered if Riley was going to do the flop thing or actually sit.
I was basically, yeah, same. I was wondering if it was going to be slump or sit upright.
Alright, so are you flopped staring at the sky or flop staring at the ground?
Staring at the ground because it's raining.
Technically, belly flop's easier on like somebody's back like that.
Okay. By the way, that feels really good for your spine.
My spine or his spine?
Your spine.
Well, that's good. I imagine my spine probably was not quite too thrilled with what I just did.
Tucker's spine is fine. The only spine concerns might be Zill, because he was under Tucker for a while.
I mean, considering the way you slept for a majority of your sleeping period and how little you slept, yeah, that's gonna feel nice.
That's true.
Hey, you did amazing. You deserve the break after all that, Brooke says with a smile. So does Ralph, honestly. But I have no idea what just happened there.
Tucker resituates himself while Riley flops. Is Riley gonna like just take a nap now, or is he just kind of?
No, he's gonna be awake.
Okay.
Unless Car says otherwise. But I have a word I want to say to Brooke. If you...
Oh sure, go ahead. I was gonna say that Tucker might be eyeing Ralph now, and then trying to figure out what exactly happened while he was in the dome.
There's a lot of things I'm pretty sure I deserve, Brooke, but I don't know if it breaks one of them.
Tried to be reassuring. Tucker pipes up at that second. You can ride for a while. I don't mind. I can take it pretty well.
I mean, to be fair, Riley does not weigh that much.
Well, Yeah, when they're like kind of looking at him, he's like, "Yo, while you were in there, I ate one of the lightnings, and it made me glow, but it made my skin into a super shield."
Let me put it this way, Burke says. Either you take a break now and then, or you're gonna break yourself.
I'm pretty sure I'm an expert of the second one already, Brooke.
No, worked out relatively easy. Oh, there we go. Yay! Those merged too well, in my opinion.
You'd think, he says, crossing his arms, but you keep trying. That said, Ralph has suddenly addressed concerns that Brooke had earlier. Basically by saying he ate lightning and it turned his skin into a super shield.
Yeah, Tucker is still kind of cocking his head about that one. Just like, huh, basically.
Think you can do that again? Brooke asks Ralph.
Oh, I can try.
It's almost like you have the ability to command probability. Because what are the chances of you making that work?
I'm gonna open my mouth and be like, "Doki doki, Sky, feed me again." Ah.
Which, by the way, after having, I hesitate to say, vomited up the cascading lightning bolts, you're feeling hungry again.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I
after
might spring for a swallow before stockpile, so I can object for.
How are you feeling after that, Brooke asks?
Yeah, I'm kinda hungry. Let's see if I can make it happen again.
Respond to
Ah.
Tucker wants to respond to Ralph's answer by saying, "So normal."
Nice. I am a normal type, Joe.
Brooke rubs his head. Not sure what I expected.
Ah.
Well, you're able to gather energy, and you can hold it, but it doesn't quite feel the same.
I'd be like trying to swallow it, but like I don't have to move.
You try, but you're not quite sure how to swallow energy. So it's more like you're kind of gnawing on it, almost like it's bubblegum.
It's like, no.
Well, let's keep going, Brooke says. Less time we spend out in the open where others can find us, the better.
Wait.
That's interesting. I was in the back of my mind wondering if it would be mentioned how the Zebstrika leader was eyeing things, but alright, cool. Maybe it doesn't seem that important.
Brooke is being subtle.
Fair enough. But to that statement, Tucker would nod, but he would remark, "I hope the other lines are okay. That stampede, I hope it wasn't going towards them, too."
We'll be fine. This happens all the time.
That's concerning.
Oh.
Why? It's not like they can get to us on a rock. Don't you know how lightning works?
I'm pretty sure it can strike rocks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it comes
Speaks
from the
up.
sky, actually. At which point you want to be under the rock. At which point I'm pretty sure that stampeding Hooves will get you.
No, Dad says grounding! That's why they don't come up onto the rock. Because their electricity can't do anything. This may or may not be correct.
May or may not.
The lions can take care of themselves, Brooke says reassuringly. I'm more concerned about us.
Well, we
Well-
probably should not hang out here in case the zebras decide they want to do another pass.
So, you have a few options. You can, well, you can wander in whatever direction you want, obviously. Oh, we should assume we're in hostile territory for now until we can get to the Pride, Brooke says. Okay, and I was going to say, you can always keep heading toward the Pride now that the Stampede is past, question mark? Or you could keep heading the way you've been heading, which is also kind of in the direction where the split off went. Though none of you were paying attention enough to see if they wheeled back around to rejoin their stampede.
Well, it is worth noting that Tucker seems to be keeping an ear generally swiveled in the direction the stampede went, just in case he picks up anything again.
Oh, they're barking at something again.
Bark, bark.
Bork, bork, lightning.
Well, fearless leader, what do you think?
I believe the Fearless Leader has decided that you all are going to keep heading towards the Pride.
Let us follow fearless leader.
I'm extrapolating that from their last thing, so please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
Yep, it's still the best place to get shelter and information, and this is not incorrect. Okay, I have no idea where we are, but we'll head in this direction. And Zeal heads off towards the Pride Rock.
So he actually knows where he's going, actually.
Crazy.
Something in my eye.
And if it's not too apparent, Brooke has suddenly implied they're being targeted specifically.
Give me a sec. I need to get this out of my eye.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries, no worries. That sucks, by the way. I hope you can get it out easily. You know, I'm gonna do a personal roll. I want to see something. Tucker is not aware of the subtlety.
Right overhead.
Though he does have his own suspicions as to why that stampede seemed kind of weird.
And Tubby's dead.
Tubby died again. I understand the BR if he needs a BRB, but is this connecting part of that, or is there something else going on? I wonder.
Hmm.
Also, can we just... I could update the model to fix this, probably, but I just love how... I love how Zill's model has an issue of its back legs. I just... love it. The animation doesn't properly reset for the back legs, making them do a weird little twitch every now and then, which is honestly kind of appropriate for him. It's like he's too excited.
That's pretty accurate, to be fair.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh dear, what is that roll for?
That roll was to see if Tucker could pick up on Brooke's subtle the subtle thing about being targeted specifically. Tucker was not aware. I was seeing if he basically got a over 4 or not.
Okay. So now the question is, how long do you all want to keep traveling for?
How
Also,
far is
I've
Pride
returned
Rock?
with Stroopwafel.
You what?
I have returned with Stroopwafel.
Oh, okay.
Delicious.
Help your eyes better. I usually just get a warm damp cloth for those sort of problems.
It was an eyelash.
Oh, that's easy enough. Also, Tubby died again.
Yeah, I had like my internet took it out.
Oh.
You
I've
are
been
having
having-
a bad day.
I've been having intermittency issues here, which really sucks when you're playing a multiplayer game and just no, not anymore.
Wait, didn't your internet like get fixed though? Like not too long ago, like a month or two ago.
It's an area-wide intermittency issue.
Ooh, slightly bigger then. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay. So most of the day then. Okay.
Okay.
Well, assuming you all aren't sprinting again,
Yeah, never sprinting again.
I'm sure Riley would get off of Tucker's back at some point during the traveling here.
So give me another vitality roll.
Me?
Yes.
To see if I pass the fuck out. Okay.
Yes.
It is possible that Tucker will not stop to let Riley off his back until Brooke suggests it.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm
Okay.
good.
No crash.
Only power.
Unlimited power. So, are you all going to take the meal on the move when
what?
you actually decide you're going to eat?
Are you
Or
going to what?
are you going to take the meal on the move when you take your second meal, or are you going to actually stop and make camp?
I mean, for those of us who don't have hands, it might be better to make camp first.
Well, yeah. So if there's a big like open zone ahead, then we might want to make camp while we still have like some cover. But like if cover's up ahead, then we should go to it.
Squish.
A vast amount of the area around you is rocks, grassland, and the occasional tree.
Also, I put new art up.
That's adorable.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's cute.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Tucker would simply speak. Oh, by the way, did Riley actually get off, Tucker?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, Riley, for whatever reason, either the adrenaline high hasn't left you, or you are just psyched that you have been able to do that much.
I'm just built different.
You are invigorated by success.
I mean, to be fair, Riley's self-outlook has not exactly been great.
So, Brooke wants to find a big rock or something so you all could have some sort of shelter. Because
Tucker
you
would-
guys are not making it to the Pride Rock today.
Tucker would agree with that, and just kind of, in addition to just being out of sight, would also like the terrain to be wherever they set up to be a little bit, have some a tree or some bigger rocks. Basically, anything to break up a possible Stampede 2.
Stampede 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Well, Stampede 1 was the electric boogaloo, so Stampede 2's gotta be like
He's not wrong.
blazing fire or something.
Wait, there was that too, right?
Ponytails.
Wasn't Riley's aura like something fiery that time?
Yeah.
So technically that was already done too.
Kind of like fire, yeah.
But yeah, since Stampede 1 was electric boogaloo, Stampede 2's gotta be like all ponyta or something, so it's fire.
Oh, I see.
That would be problematic.
Mm.
Not at the moment because it's raining or would have just rained, but normally,
That would be very bad. I would imagine Ponytail live on the Plains continent.
They do, just not here. So, would those who are trying to look out for shelter give me the standard insight survival alert checks, please?
Yeah, Tucker's on that list. I really should think about getting some points at alert.
That for like 30 sessions.
Yeah, I know. I really, really think about it all the time,
Jesus
but I never do
Christ, Ralph.
anything. Whoa,
Brooke is
somebody's
blind.
alert. Poor Brooke. Brooke's just enjoying the rain.
Brooke, take your eye patch off.
Don't have an eye patch yet.
Yeah.
I
You're a pirate.
knew he'd say yet.
Well, I don't know. I can give Brooke a reason to have an eye patch.
You can have
I
just
can't
a-
believe you're gonna give him and Deadeye matching missing eyes.
I'm sure Brooke would be thrilled.
I mean, that would be the most touching relationship growth moment. Giving up one of his eyes for Deadeye.
There is a symbolism there that would actually be kind of elegant.
An eye for an eye.
You can
And a
call it
tooth
that.
for a tooth.
That episode would write itself. Yeah, that title's perfect.
Y'all giving me ideas and you're gonna regret it.
I don't have to give you ideas
Okay.
to regret your ideas.
Brooke, you're busy looking around trying to make sure that there's not gonna be more surprise stompings. Also, it would make sense if Brooke was mildly skittish because lots of lightning.
Yeah.
Tucker, you look around. Unfortunately, you don't see terribly much. And it's gotten darker, which hasn't made things a stiff upper lip, but it's been harrowing. I mean, yeah. But unfortunately, Tucker, you're not seeing terribly much. It does occur to you you could probably make a makeshift shelter by burrowing some under like a shelf of naturally occurring rock, maybe somewhere. Or use a den that's been abandoned if you could find one. Ralph,
Yo.
you have galaxy brain going on right now. You reason that the Stampede needed to have a relatively flat plane to run on if it was going to stampede. They couldn't have been jumping that often.
Right.
Now, there could have been slopes. But considering where you are and where the mass of the Stampede was, and the fact the Stampede didn't just all break off towards you guys, even though you're not quite sure why they did that in the first place, there's a distinct possibility that there is geography here that would make it difficult for them to just run through in this direction. With this reasoning, you look around, and you notice a little further to the left of the group, what at first glance looks like it's just unbroken plains and grasslands. You recognize the edges of a rock shelf.
Yeah, I'm gonna lead them to it. Hey guys, this way. Like, after Ralph is like a Munchlax thinking emoji for several minutes. Like, if it was a GIF, it'd be like a Munchlax thinking emoji with like a bunch of random equations floating above it. Yeah. He finally is like, okay guys, I got it. Come this way. This way. You're gonna lead him over to the rock shelf.
I assume you all are going to follow.
Tucker can pretty quickly see what he's talking about, even if it is getting darker, given that Tucker does have decent dark vision, after all. And starts getting the idea pretty quickly. Unless Brooke otherwise ordains that we're not going that direction, Tucker will follow Ralph.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes Ralph knows what he's doing.
That... Why is there text on the left right of my screen now?
Yeah, I'm curious about that too. How did that happen?
Zill, what did you do?
I don't know, he's quite the prankster.
Oh, was that the journal?
Let's see. Let's look at the notebook.
No, get rid of that.
I forgot we were
you
using...
prankster.
How did you do that? I'm actually not sure. Oh, that's fine, Kyrio.
Can I have some?
No worries. We can take a water break.
Did you have a decent dinner, dear?
I ate some leftovers.
Okay. I was kind of thinking about ordering dinner, too.
And an
I was
apple.
like, nah.
I haven't had dinner. The stroop waffle is my dinner.
I might
had,
order something later.
yeah, I combined 2 leftovers, some tuna salad, and some mac and cheese. I put the tuna salad on a sandwich. I call it tuna sandwich paste. It's like
Sounds so
tuna,
appetizing.
It's like tuna from a can and mayo with a little bit of mustard, a little bit of lemon juice, lots of onions, lots of chopped up celery, and it's mixed together until it's the consistency of like a paste or a putty. And you slap on your sandwich, maybe put some whole bits of onion on it. It's got onions in it, but maybe put some whole onions on it and a slice of cheese, and you got a darn good sandwich. This
is a fairly standard type of sandwich, actually. I like how you're talking about like it's the most like unique thing you ever conceived, but no, I love a tuna. I love a tuna fish sandwich. It's good. But I'm also, when you say you were combining them, I thought you meant that you combined the mac and cheese and tuna fish together, which actually probably be okay.
Yeah, it would probably still be okay.
Actually, it would probably be fine. Actually, I would probably eat that.
But the tuna is like mixed in real fine with the mayo, lemon juice, mustard blend. So it might not be with that tuna, but like I had that on a sandwich and some mac and cheese.
Yeah, sounds pretty solid.
Gosh, I love some mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese mixes well with a lot of things, thinking about it.
Yeah. Like, oh man, when I reheat mac and cheese, I like to liven it up with some Parmesan cheese on top of whatever cheese is already in it, and maybe some bacon bits.
Parmesan cheese is useful in a lot of things as well. I like to dump that stuff liberally on things I use it on.
Speaking of food, the one thing I will always enjoy about the Good Place show is this character from it called the Judge likes Mexican food. Apparently, according to her, being a metaphysical being, the concept of envy is delicious on Mexican food.
That's interesting.
Concept of envy.
Yes. And it looks like hot sauce.
Hot.
I do quite like Mexican food. I like spice. I like spicy.
Now I'm just imagining this, like, hey, could I have, that cheeseburger? Could I have some extra sadness on top? Thanks.
I mean,
it's one of those days, you know?
If I run a game, or, like, am part of a game where there's just a bunch of extra-dimensional beings as the party, that's going to be one of the things. Because that's great.
Oh man, McDonald's is such an invasive franchise that they have stores, they have locations and extra-dimensional fucking locations.
Apparently in the Good Place there is an IHOP. well, not the good place specifically, like it's neutral ground, but it's not International House of Pancakes. It is interdimensional hole of pancakes.
So in other words, they have even more pancakes.
No.
Oh.
It is way more terrifying than it sounds.
How come pancakes are not terrified? If there's
They're not actual pancakes. Welcome back.
Welcome back. So is Brooke going to follow Ralph's lead? I guess we'll find out, but I figured I'd... Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay.
Okay.
Sweet.
So, Ralph leads the group over to this rock shelf. And as you peer over, you realize that it's a pretty decent overhang. But more than that, as you look along it, it's a lot more than you initially thought it was, Ralph.
Ooh.
And it's followed by several other steps of rock shelf below it, before leading to a lower section of plain that, further off, the land just gradually ramps to it. So somehow this formed naturally for one reason or another, but it's not something that the Zebstrika are willing to just leap on and over repeatedly.
Yeah, it looks like a good place.
Then again, considering the relatively parallel nature of these rock shelves, it occurs to you, using your galaxy brain, this might have been created by a battle a long time ago, considering how powerful Pokemon are.
Hmm.
And whatever it was big.
Hmm. I think I'll keep that observation to myself for the time being.
Fair play.
But yeah, now you guys have a choice of wherever you want to stay for shelter, basically. Because there's lots of rock shelf. In fact, all of you could have your own rock shelf, basically. There's enough space.
It's free real estate.
Literally.
I mean, it's a good enough spot to spend the night, really.
Now the question is, do y'all try and create a campfire?
I mean, probably could. I mean, we got a fire type and a Viola that can kick things to light them on fire.
Well,
Hey Jill, light a campfire.
but I don't have any wood.
No, I didn't think that far ahead.
And also, everything is wet right now. I'm hungry.
Stop being smarter than me. I'm the smart one.
While they're bickering, can I just like have a little look around to see if there's any pieces of wood about that he could possibly, dry to then make a campfire with?
Roll me Doom Dice.
Also, I have a question on this.
Nice.
Okay. I have a question on the side. This rock shelving, how deep is it? I assume it makes kind of a shallow cavern sort of strip here and there.
Yeah, that tapers off towards the back of it.
Tucker will
Yes.
casually examine through the shelving to make sure it isn't basically occupied already. Then.
Smart call. At least at your current location, the shelving isn't occupied, but it does occur to you that this is probably a resting place for multiple wild Pokemon.
Also, it's been raining, so it's normal enough that some might have taken shelter.
Are there dry bits that stayed out of the rain? Because that would be ideal. Do you mean dry bits for the rock shelving? Like under the shelving? Or do you mean like wood? Yeah, there's plenty of that. I mean, some places the rock shelving is not particularly roomy, but there's definitely more than enough space to make camp. Even if it wouldn't be a particularly, wide camp. Unfortunately, Riley, there is no dry wood around here. The closest thing to wood is a tree that is clinging to a rock shelf that is 2 layers down from where you guys are.
And also probably very much alive, and I don't think I want to knock down like the one tree in the area. Seems like a bit of a dick move.
Yeah, it is alive. It is wet. We will need a fire. Zeal can help you dry off if you need to, Brooke says. We don't want to attract any more attention right now anyway. Darn you all being smart. Leaving me no openings.
Not letting the DM trouts us with something that we forgot.
I'm not that mean. Innocent Halo.
Uh-huh.
Constant vigilance. So speaking of vigilance, are you going to set watches?
I mean, that would probably be smart, again.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Brooke taking first watch. Okay. So
I'll take second watch.
Tucker
Riley's
take
taking
third. He's doing fine.
Tucker takes third. Zeal volunteers for fourth.
Yeah, okay, buddy. You can have fourth watch. It's a lot of responsibility. Hopefully you can handle it.
Of course I am. I am the prince.
Are you the watchful prince?
I
ever
am the
vigilant
prince.
You're very attentive prince. The very focused prince, maybe?
Just pushes their paw on Riley's face. I am the paw prince. Ha ha ha!
Hey, down, case.
I learned that from Ralph.
Ralph, you should never be allowed around children. It's gonna just like grab Zeal's paw and just lift up the entire Zeal by the paw.
Aw.
Yeah? You gotta save your energy if you're gonna be on watch, mister.
But I can't watch if you don't put me down.
Are you gonna save your energy?
Yes.
Do you promise?
The silence tells you no. Because if Zeal makes a promise, he has to keep it because he's royalty.
Oh, that's delicious.
At least that's Zeal's mentality.
Don't let Ralph ever figure that out, please.
You should let me figure that out.
No.
If it comes up, it comes up.
It's like, I tell him, well, if we want you, Il can have his royal treasurer at his side to, give him in.
Oh my god.
Goodness.
What the fuck's going on?
I mean, I heard everything that Tubby said, but wow, the dogs are unhappy.
Onto some, let me go read it.
Okay.
Yeah, see? I will have my loyal treasure at my side. Even if he's a dirty traitor for the booping game.
If only I knew a way to put him to sleep.
Suddenly you realize you miss Lizard. Lizard was never this much of a pain.
Oh, I think I already missed the Lizard. I definitely already missed the Lizard. Now somebody else can deal with Prince Zeal.
It's also dawning on you. It's going to be a while before you see Lizard again.
No.
You had to play it out.
Now I'm sad. Now Riley's sad. He's gonna go be sad somewhere.
Oh, sulking Riley in the back of his shelf.
Yep.
Alright. We will do watches then. So, for each watch, I will have you roll a Doom die. So, we need to do Brooke first.
Doom.
Also, I have to say, the Tucker will probably sleep better this night because, one, all the chaos already happened, and two, they're actually kind of sheltered here, so it feels a little safer.
Okay. Second watch.
I posed a question to the wrong person, I just realized. Don't look at that message.
Who are you talking
Fair.
to?
Okay, I'll said that's the wrong person. I'll just say it out loud.
Oh, okay.
Char, is there a possibility that Riley will wake up at some point during Brooke's watch, akin to what happened the previous night?
Flip a coin.
We're gonna have to recruit a freaking Butterfree just so we can sleep powder him every fucking night so he actually sleeps.
Okay, how the fuck do I... There we go.
Tails.
Okay. Roll your Doom die for your watch as normal.
Alright, I guess I did not wake up before my time. Don't worry, Brooke, it's all good. What's it? Taking over watch just like normal.
Third watch.
That would be Tucker. This is going to be a bad roll. I have a weird feeling. Oh, never mind.
Okay, and it's Seal's watch. Now I have to grab my mouse. Darn it.
Oh, I think the implication was that the third watch was the last watch of the night.
You got 4.
We could, but do we want to have him on watch?
He like
No,
I love this
no, we
back-
don't.
I love this backpedaling
course.
that Eragon tried to do. Like, no, let's not have the
Of
people
course.
watch.
Of course! No worries, Tubby. I need a minute.
We all do.
God damn it.
Oh gosh. Where's the list for this?
I ordered a garlic burger because Kyrio inspired me.
Man, I'm hungry.
Aw, did you not eat much today, or?
No, I really didn't. I had some Taco Bell today for my break, but that's it.
Oh, that doesn't stick
That-
with you very much.
That and the stroopwafel.
Well, stroopwafels are nice. Tucker relieves Wiley leaves his watch, sits down, 20 seconds later, and says, "My turn."
You know what? I want to accept that as canon. Come on.
Oh gosh. I mean, that can be so.
Tucker would be just like, "Wait, it's been long enough."
I mean, is Tucker going to let it happen, is the question.
Tucker would squint. Tucker would probably express, "I just got on my shift. You need to get more sleep."
No, it's fine. You need sleep more than me. I am the prince, and I must be responsible for my minions. I mean, subjects.
You know what? I'm gonna do it this way. Roll Zilla die. I'm gonna roll a die too.
I was gonna say. So, do you want to do an insight contest perform?
Wouldn't Zil want to do that technically, or what do you?
It would be opposed.
Oh, okay, sure. Let's just roll. Yeah, let's roll that check against each other then. Oh. Tie.
Fantastic.
You're kind of at a stalemate here.
Squint.
You know for a fact it is not time for you to be relieved of your watch. But you're not certain that Zeal is being sus.
There is a possibility that... there is a possibility that Tucker would be like, no, you have enough energy anyways, whatever.
I mean, considering you didn't sleep great last night.
True. If it's a stalemate, I guess Tucker would eventually relent and go to bed. Which is probably why we've left to this situation.
You can't beat a cat at a staring contest. If you did, you only won because they let you.
I feel more like it would be Tucker just go like, this is silly. I'm just going to sleep. Whatever.
So morning comes. It's still kind of gray and dreary out. Thankfully, it is no longer raining. It still smells damp. But you all wake up and you find Zeal just staring at this floaty green puffy thing, occasionally batting at it, and it makes a soft squeak noise as it floats in a direction.
In the air?
Is it like floating into like towards us, or is it trying to float away from Zeal?
It's just sort of floating around, but considering Zeal has been batting at it, he's clearly not been watching the camp.
Okay, first question. Is there anything else around the camp we should be worried about?
Nope.
Okay.
Y'all got lucky.
Okay, let's go see what this floating thing is, and
It is a cottony.
Oh.
Ooh, a cotton candy.
No. It is a cottony.
No, that's Swirlix. Dumbass.
Can I just like peer over and just be like, can we help you? Or are you trying to get away from the cat?
It does not speak. It makes the little squeaky noises. This may not be one of the ones that can speak.
Okay, we're good.
But it doesn't seem particularly. It doesn't seem particularly hostile either, though. So.
No, this just seems fine. Just go over to Zeal, and when next time he tries to pot, I'm just gonna grab one of his legs.
Just drag him away by his leg.
Yep.
Funk! Just the front half of Zeal's body thunking onto the ground. Oh, hey, you're awake!
Yep. Yeah, good eye on the camp you keep in here.
I know, amazing, right? I found this intruder, and they are fun to bat around.
Yes, and how long you've been doing that?
Tucker rolls his eyes when he hears that Zeal wasn't watching, but he does pay some attention to the cottony. Kind of turn his head and like, kind of watching it, see what it's doing. He's not really worried about it, but he's kind of wondering why it's hanging around here.
It does not hang around particularly long, because once it's free of the batting paws of Zeal, it lets out a puff of cotton spores and then begins flying away.
Oh.
Understandable.
An understandable reaction to Zeal.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the fuck away from Zeal.
So, Riley, you're holding on to Zeal at the moment. When the cotton spores alight onto you and Zeal, they sort of poof into like these curly cotton bits that make it hard to move.
I was going to say that's actually the move, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, that's kind of harmless by itself, but Tucker probably has a sneeze because of it. Ironically, he's faster now.
Can I like attempt to push all this cotton off of me and possibly more onto Zeal? Just by like doing like a little, like, or a shockwave.
Oh wait, no, that doesn't count as a status condition, does it? Never mind.
Yeah, it's
that
Dex
would be-
-2.
It's only a paralyzation that's ironic, right?
Sure. You do an Aura Pulse, and Zeal is now covered in cotton. They look more like a Mareep than a Litleo.
Perfect. I'm gonna put him down. Yeah, that'll keep him in line for a day or two.
I have the perfect disguise! I am going to hunt us breakfast! And Zeal goes to try and run off.
So like immediately face block because he can't move.
Or does he just bound like a sheep at this point?
It looks weirdly adorable because he's shuffling around, doing that little rapid shuffle of his feet because he can't really move his legs all that well. So it's just like shuffle, 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 shuffle. And then he goes to hop off the current rock shelf.
You know what? He has to still do that.
And then he falls.
Yep. I'll go down after him. Make sure he didn't break anything.
Zeal is perfectly fine. The
Yeah,
cotton
okay.
cushioned their fall.
I was
has
gonna
a
think he's like he's
child,
bounce,
if you don't
just little bounce off because he like falls wrong. but it's, like, all the
It's
cotton.
because he's a child. If you don't draw attention to them getting injured, they are not actually injured. They're invincible, unless you draw attention to it.
Oh no. Burke rolled. Burke is not awake at this point, so carry on. Oh no.
Tucker is unfortunately he's quite a few of those spores probably cling to his fluffy fur too. Not as many as were directly placed on Zeal, but he's kind of just busy shaking it out.
When you shake them off, the cotton spores just sort of float there in the air, harmlessly, slowly drifting down.
See, as Brooke is asleep and they're not in any hurry, he kind of baps at a few of them.
It is amusing. So Zeal goes hunting with Riley. Riley, are you actually going to help Zeal hunt?
No.
Okay. Gonna watch him hunt then. Quote unquote.
Romeo will.
To make sure he doesn't get hurt. Not great.
So, there comes a point where Zeal comes across an unsuspecting prey and burns off the cotton and pounces it. And you're shaken by a visceral memory.
Oh no.
Not from here, but it's a reminder.
Yes.
I mean, you probably should have expected Zeal to be able to do this, but also... yeah. You're going to remember just a bit.
Fantastic.
Zeal is going to come back very proud with their prey.
Question is what they get.
Volleybee.
Ah, that makes sense.
Riley's
saw
probably
them
gonna look
before.
slightly shell-shocked during this whole thing. With his own version of the saucer eyes.
Aw.
You miss Lizard.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that breakfast is had, and also Riley's going to just be a little bit out of it this
And
morning.
he's probably just eat some hardtack. Like,
I
away
mean,
from
to
everyone.
be fully 100% honest, he probably won't even directly come back with Zeal. He's probably just gonna stand there for a while.
It's gonna meander back. Fair enough.
Eventually.
It's an interesting parallel because it's an interesting comparison, actually. Tucker is generally more emotionally sensitive than Riley in a lot of situations, or at least shows more of it. But actually, he's quite okay with the hunting thing. His instincts are more aligned to that. So when he sees Zill come back with that, he's a little surprised that Zill managed that on his own. And seems happy for him.
When Riley eventually does make his way back, can I make everyone else do perception rolls?
Sure.
I mean, sure, if it's something they wouldn't normally notice.
Is it slightly unusual?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, then that's fine.
And what will be the perception roll?
It's the Insight Survival Alert.
Okay, thank you. I should get used to it by now, but... Is that thunder I hear outside?
Probably.
Came from the wild prairie. That's not a good insight. Still busy sneezing, I think. Oh my.
You're still asleep.
Still asleep.
I mean, but the smell of cooking meat.
Is Ralph gonna roll?
I think he's still...
I'm here, yeah.
Inside survival
I'm
alert roll. For yeah. What's that?
Alright.
Yeah. You're gonna see if you can tell what's wrong with Riley, basically.
Insight survival alert?
Yes.
Yep. And yeah, you know what, Brooke? You're right. Yesterday was rough. You dream about augmentation again.
Ralph is the most likely to notice. Yay!
I guess Ralph notices the thing, because he actually rolled fairly decently.
Yeah. Pretty impressive.
Ralph has had good
Riley's-
rolls, more or less.
When he makes it back, Riley is crying.
Aww.
Oh.
Oh. To intervene or not? Ralph will approach and ask what's up. Okay. So, you seem to be having a hard time. And, I can be, serious, responsible, Ralph, for a moment, and if you want to talk about it. Who knows, maybe I can help you in some unexpected way that you didn't even think of that I could help you.
Riley will rub over his eyes for a few moments before he says anything. Can you turn back time, Ralph?
I don't think so yet. The jury's still out on if I will be able to. Weird stuff is happening with all of us. But time is funny, you see, because it's forever, which is a really long time, and it's really good at changing stuff. But you see, sometimes there's changes, or things changing back.
I'll take that as a no. That was just a stark reminder of the things I've done, Ralph.
What you've done.
We've done, yes. Not that it really matters.
Yeah, I'd say it matters a lot.
well, I would consider myself irredeemable.
You shouldn't judge yourself on what someone else did.
How could I not? It's not like I wasn't a participant.
Well, it's not for naught if you learned something.
Then it was for naught.
Yeah, surely you learned something.
I learned what we're capable of.
Looks thoughtful. Yeah, that is something. See, a lot of the times, these little details that you think aren't important or that you think can only go one way, well, they're useful for something else later. But speaking on time, like I said, time is funny, and it has a way of surprising you. Just keep in mind that no matter how much you think something is gonna turn out one way, good or bad, it might just turn out the other way. So you think a situation can only be bad, but well, time likes to do the opposite of what you think it's gonna do.
It's not the future that's the problem right now, Ralph.
Doesn't much have to be the future. Every moment, every second, things are changing incrementally. I think you worry too much.
Sadly, I don't worry enough.
If something happens, I'm sure we can handle it.
Riley will be silent for a moment. What almost seems like a switch is toggled somewhere in him, and he appears to collect himself. You should probably go get breakfast before it's gone, Ralph.
Yeah, you're right.
You head back to breakfast, and breakfast is had.
Riley will probably not partake in it. He'll
Well,
eat ration.
You have rations, so
It is worth pointing out that Ralph prioritized talking to Riley over eating food, so I think it's worth pointing out.
Indeed. His Munchlax body may or may not be growling at him for that.
Bro, he's still asleep. Somebody wake him up, for God's sakes.
I just love all these rolls on the side just from Kyrio. Just, you know. Just,
Rolling ones on wake. No, instead of partaking
One,
in breakfast
zero,
rally, we'll probably eventually go wake up Brooke.
because somebody should. If you look at his roll history, it's been 1, 1,
3.
0, 0, 0.
Hey,
Granted, some of those were single dies, but still.
like, goodness, Brooke sleeping through breakfast, especially cooked meat, is... My brain, it is boggled.
Tired?
Yeah. Then again, it might not entirely just be the tired that's keeping Brooke asleep. Brooke dreams of augmentation. But when they wake, finally, either they are roused, either they wake on their own, the conversation is muddled. Like words spoken beneath the water. Muddied and muffled by the flow of currents and the pressure of the deep. But there is imagery. Certain imagery that Brooke will remember from having seen the first time. But there is one image from the stream that stands out. One that augmentation chose to show you. The memory of when you were staring at the clockwork creature and the flower it held. And then you're up, having missed breakfast. The lingering smell of it makes you hungry. The Pokemon part of your mind is happy enough to put some of that aside. Because food, and also you have a mission.
It is possible that Tucker saved some of his portion for Brooke.
Possible, but not guaranteed.
Depends on how long he was out. Past his eating period. Yeah, okay, you know what? There. That'll determine it. 1, then it's saved. Okay, there you go. I like that over flipping a coin, by the way. Coin flips are kind of awkward for me. Brooke can have meat piece. I mean, it's no big deal. He'll just have some extra hardtack if he gets hungry again. Tucker, that is.
Brooke sits up. He takes a moment to reflect on his dreams, unable to connect much about it to anything concrete. He eventually lets it go. Something smells. Brooke looks over to see only scraps. Oh man. It's also sufficient to note that it's getting pretty late in the morning.
Tucker will, since I did do the roll, Tucker will actually tromp over, holding, he will be mouthing a piece of meat, but he's holding it by the bone so he doesn't get slobber on the meat. And he walks over to Brook of it. Probably I like a drumstick. Karserus?
Sorry, just a sec.
Oh, it's okay. I just got my food, thanks to my boy for bringing it in. I got him a sundae, so...
Aw.
He's going to bed soon, but I figured some ice cream wouldn't hurt first.
Brooke smiles. Oh, thanks, Tuck. He takes it. Sorry. I guess I overslept. Somehow.
Tucker chuckles and goes, "It's okay. You probably had a bit of a scare yesterday. You know, the whole water type thing and all." Good night to you, Jones. There we go. Let's see. While typing occurs, presumably, how's Tubby doing over there?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good. I do hope everybody has managed to eat well today. This is my 1 meal of the day myself. I only really eat 1 meal a day. I usually eat a pretty big meal, but it's only 1 meal. Just how I do.
That's not ideal for your body, but you do you.
Some days I eat 2 meals a day. Admittedly, it's not something I chose to do a long time. It's actually a really old thing. It's because back in the day, I actually was very, 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 very broke. And I subsisted on food stamps. And I didn't get to eat a lot. Also, there was a time period in my life where I was on food stamps and somebody else was basically stealing my food. So I got to eat even less. So I kind of just got into this 1 meal a day thing at some point during that. And it's kind of stuck with me. But I have increased the meal size. So I still do the 1 meal a day, but I'm definitely eating a lot in that meal now. Like, I tried to, you know. So I feel like my nutrition is still fine, but I should technically break that nutrition up. But, yeah.
So, before I say the Brooke thing, I will note it will probably be healthier for you if you can snack that large meal over a long period of time instead of all at once.
I am capable of snacking, like, perpetually munching on things. Raising, I think is what it's called. I should try doing that more often. If I recall, actually, fun fact, Gordon Ramsay does that. That's how he eats. He said that.
There's some sort of study or some such where it is actually better to have multiple more small meals a day than a few big ones. But I digress. That is, like, a tangent.
Yeah, that's fair, though.
Poof. A little thunder and lightning will bother me, he says, though there's a bit of waver to his voice as he says it. If everyone's ready, we should start moving. The sooner we get out of this area, the better.
Tucker has no complaints to this, as he has rested pretty well.
You collect yourselves. And Zeal is looking pretty happy with himself, having, caught caught breakfast. He's not going to stop bragging about it either.
Provided for his subjects, yes.
Yeah, he's not going to stop bragging about it. You're going to hear about this for most of the day. But you keep going. And one thing you notice is now that all the rain and storm has stopped and the clouds, well, they're still kind of gray. They're starting to clear up a bit, meaning there's these large patches of light on the savannah. And you notice as they pass over glimmering pools that were created from the rain that other Pokemon are peacefully just sort of milling about at so they can have a drink.
That kind of post rainstorm atmosphere. Everything's kind of just chill.
Yeah. The atmosphere of, well, all that happened. Nobody wants to do anything stressful at the moment.
Whoever wants to do something stressful?
This including hunting things. At least directly. You keep moving, and you draw nearer to Zeal's clan in the Pride Rock. And unfortunately, it's not until it gets dark that you make it. You guys had a bit of a late start, but you
Thanks,
do
Brooke.
make it. Yeah, okay.
Sleepy.
Kind of Brooke's fault for sleeping in, but, you know. Can't help it. Plot.
You got stuck in an unskippable cutscene.
You know, it's fine. You know, we were in a safe location. It was good kind of waiting out, making sure that Snappy is good and gone. There's nothing wrong with that. It was tactical.
I can't wait for you guys to figure out the why.
Haha, murder.
Tactical nap. Anyway. So, there are Pyroar Lionesses who will, of course, greet you all and provide the polite bow greeting Prince Zeal. Brooke, I want to know what your suspicions for the why of that whole break-off thing are. Feel free to message me when you want. And they offer to provide you all with a portion of their hunts. Not necessarily a large portion, but, you know, they are grateful you're taking care of Prince Zeal.
They're grateful that we're taking him away.
Awesome! It's great to be back home. So, when can I see Dad again?
Wasn't that the whole thing, that you have to learn responsibility first?
My young Lord Zeal. We cannot allow you to see Lord Zeal at this time. They are busy. You understand. There is much to do to keep this land safe. Oh, okay. Next time. Zeal continues obliviously, but the rest of you will notice that the lionesses are giving each other looks. They clearly don't believe that Zeal will be seeing his dad anytime soon. But they set you up where you were before. Further in one of the back den areas. At least it's warm and dry in here.
actually. We've had a fair bit of, well, dry. I don't know if the shelving was exactly warm. It's kind of still exposed a bit, but dryness is at least something we've been able to have for the latter part of the last day, which is good because Tucker doesn't smell good when he's a wet dog. So...
At the very least, it won't be necessary for you guys to make watches or a campfire or anything. So, hooray, the benefits of having allies in the wild.
Yay. Imagine this time is a way happier time of chilling at the rock.
We got friends in high places. That's what being... Well, I was going to say that's what being a hero is all about, but that's a very Darkwing Duck thing to say, isn't it?
God, I do not... That show. That is an old show. I love that show.
There's a reboot of it. I don't know if it's as good as the DuckTales reboot.
I have not seen this reboot. I will have to look at that.
The other thing is, would you all like to stop now? Or do you want to keep going a little bit longer? Oh, it hasn't happened yet? Okay.
Oh, I see. I felt pretty accomplished, and I got my food here, and so I'd probably be okay of stopping and then going eat my food, like, more focused.
I know a bunch of you have food, and...
I need to go to bed.
And he needs to go to bed, so it's a good time.
Yeah.
Subi's finished that Sunday.
I feel like we each got some pretty cool moments.
This was a solid session, honestly. I feel like...
Pretty good session return with.
Really happy with this. I thought it was going to be just a basic traveling session.
Then you threw an entire fucking stampede at us, bro.
Because we need more Lion King references, so you threw a stampede at us.
That was...
It played the stampede music in my head.
I wish I had chosen for more dramatic music, but, you know, like I said, whatever. It's not really your fault, Kyrio, but yes, you did roll the 2 on the Doom die. And I did think about that briefly, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of referencey, but also this would totally happen.
I mean, no shame.
Especially during a storm.
It's technically cooler, because, you know, Lion King of Stampede of you know, animals. And in this case, it was a stampede of animals, but also lightning. Lightning animals.
Also, not really after Zeal.
Interesting.
Well, Pokemon are capable of having intent, even wild ones.
Murderous intent.
So if they had wanted Zeal, they would have probably wheeled around. Maybe.
Maybe.
Depends on how threatening you all think you were.
Of course, Brooke noticed some things that he hasn't shared with the rest of the group yet.
I
imagine it'll come
Brooke
up. Maybe.
Is terrifying. Massive fucking crocodile.
But he's
how many crocodiles do you think are in this continent? Just like, what is that weird alien thing?
He is the Chubs. He's not that threatening, but he is also powerful. I will agree.
I mean, there is a swamp.
I could totally take Brooke in the fight. I'm just throwing it out there.
That is true, though. Water types are pretty weird around these parts, so...
But with all the electricity Brooke has had to suffer, eventually they're just going to be part electric. Depends on how often I freeze you. That's true. That is kind of scary.
Joke's on you, Buster Brown. I had control fire. Your freezing won't stop me. It will merely inconvenience me and make me kind of upset.
With the right RNG, I could take you on.
Oh, experience distribution, since we're going to be pausing. And I know you guys wanted to ask around at the Pride Rock about the troublesome ice type. So we can do that next session. We'll just need to remember, and we probably will, because I know that's one of your objectives in going here.
So, assuming that Tucker saw the look the Lightus gave, he might actually ask about what exactly is going on with King's Hill. Like, what is King Zil up to? What is he doing? Like, seems like something involved is happening. So
that'll be something to talk to them about. But screw it. Everybody take 5 experience because this was a really good session and y'all had some really good moments.
Do I get extra experience for saving a prince?
That's -1.
Oh.
No, everybody's getting extra experience because y'all did really good things. You saved the prince. That's part of why you're getting the extra.
I
Also,
spent
Riley-
XP on superpower. All right.
Riley, I will allow you to use the lucky egg effect for this one.
Yay!
Seems fair.
I spent 60 EXP on superpower.
Finally.
I'm gonna guess you were kind of building up for that. There you are. All right, let's get him. All right, let's go. I'll get you superpower because I got the. Actually, I can just promote you if you want.
Man, imagine having to wait 3 sessions. I haven't spent XP since like session 45.
You can clone them now, Car. I just made you promoted.
I need to find superpower.
Superpower, isn't that a fire move?
Yes.
I believe it is.
Here, let me see.
Yes. Don't fight me, Brooke. Use superpower on me so I could use both counter and copycat on it.
I got it.
Suplex you.
Here you go. There we go. I've cloned it. It's
When you
it's
gotta admit, a duel between Brooke and Riley would be great fun.
Here you go. Here you go. Put it where you want. There you go, Kyrio.
I have deducted the experience.
So Dex Fight Brawl, Strength +5, lethal, reduces user's strength and defense. Yeah,
I
that's
can crush people with this one. Brooke has got 2 lethal moves. Brooke is a murder machine. What the fuck was that? Ralph, did you touch something?
Yeah, I'm looking at the thing.
Yeah, I like how you're being.
Oh, I
correct.
see. I know what
see.
happened.
Oh, here, let me move this into the position where it's safe. There, it's safe there.
I need to start working on meld moves. I want to be able to do cool things.
So superpower makes Pokemon makes use of all its force to deliver crushing strike to the foe. This demands a lot for the user. So you're just gonna body things, basically.
Well, then he loses a strength doing it, though.
Do you know how strong Croctails are?
Oh yeah. Loses strength. That's for the defense to strength lowered is for basically. How long does that last again? No, how long does it last though?
For the combat, unless otherwise mitigated.
Oh no!
Yeah. No, Brooke, no.
Just A. Oh no!
Okay.
I have no idea what your notes were. Oh, it's. I could load a backup save though and
Go back.
Capture
Fuck, go
it.
back.
Actually, here, stop. Wait, is everybody? Aside from the notes issue, is everybody set?
I'm not touching
good.
anything. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna save the table then, and I'm gonna load another state, and it should be fine. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not even gonna load that. I'm gonna load. I'm gonna make a new save. Hold on. May as well, anyways. We're practically in August now. There we go. Save game as that. Okay, made a new save. Yep, there it is. And I will now load the session we had, the table as it was before we started playing today. So hold on. I could check the recording afterwards, but that means hunting down the moment where I actually moused over Brooke's page, and that I don't know where I did that, so this would be easier. So just go ahead and grab that and put it on a notepad so you make sure you have it.
Oh, that's right. You have the pouch of
Smelliness.
smelly stuff. Well, scented stuff. I keep forgetting about that. And spa tickets. Because y'all didn't go on a group spa trip.
When you got that, I'll load the other table. Just let me know.
We're gonna need that group spot
I've got
when we get back, to be honest.
Okay. And back to where we were.
No, I need to replace the Riley Tower image on the right with the most recent Riley Tower image because I feel it's the most accurate at the moment.
The what? On the what?
There you go.
I need to replace this image.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
With what image?
When we were talking about Roxing.
Oh, okay. I guess I could switch that out for you. Hold on.
I don't know how to do it. I don't even know if I can.
Hold on a sec. Let me relock it too. Sure, I can do that. Hold on. I'll do that for you real fast. I just need to...
You say that Kyrio to not immediately go on more missions.
Yeah, maybe the Houndoom and Liz want to get out.
Forcification through spot for the session. It's not a terrible idea. Oh, I'm not signed in. Oh, that's weird.
I mean, Riley might need the spot trip after this if he keeps having things happen every day that make him sad.
So, Ralph, I'm going to need to make a card for at some point. Because he had a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there's the accurate picture of Riley right now.
You must always have the most depressing things up on this, don't you?
Yeah, we've gotten more depressing from the last
It's not
picture.
depressing, it's dramatic.
It's both.
Trauma is depressing.
Okay, it's both.
Trauma is depressing. I don't know what you're on about.
Well, it's not always depressing, but it's usually not positive.
Well, it's very much not positive. There are a few positive things that can be said about that situation. And I'm not sure what those are, but I'm sure they're there somewhere.
I seem to have lost the tablet's data. Huh. Oh, well, I'll have to fix that later. That's fine, whatever. I'll just grab the link for the other page.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. That was a wonderful session.
Yes.
Yeah. A good return
And
to
a
form.
random roll has given me something to reoccur.
Now let's try to keep the form. We'll attempt to keep the bi-weekly schedule going on Pokerole from here.
Bi-weekly.
The bi-weekly. But yeah, I good session, guys. I had a good time, and thanks everybody for joining. I guess this is pretty much our. Is everybody done with their table saves?
Yeah.
I should say.
Having fun character relations with Riley. This is good.
And thank you, Chris, for the good art as well. Let me save the table again because I just realized I should do that because I didn't actually save after the fix was done. So save, and yep, there it is. All right, but yeah, that was session 63. I hope you guys had a good time, and we'll go to session 64 in 2 weeks, just like the Nintendo 64. How good! Nintendo property makes sense.
Boo.
Boo. I know, I'll boo myself on that one, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, we'll be on session Nintendo 64. We'll have a full stack.
Unsubscribe.
We'll have a full stack of sessions.
Don't sabotage it. But I will see you guys then, and you guys have a good night.
Madam, go to bed.